Really curious what the response would be.
There
No.
is no league here, and you're not going to do it. No.
We can go mass the giant mole in RuneScape. Let's go.
No.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
All right. So
There is no chair in the arena.
Free to go.
where we last left off, you had all just attended the Proving, a Radiarian ritual that happens once every few months, where various gladiators and warriors and mages and etc. may prove themselves in combat in the arena. There's also other challenges. It's not all combat. There's sports challenges as well. Basically, like imagine kind of a mini Olympics, but also with the added, occasional bloodbath. The Proving went well. Day one, anyways, of the Proving went well, and Rel actually signed herself up for a show match against Anastasia. The duel wound up very one-sided, as Rel could fly and Anastasia could not. And
Correct.
this resulted in a little bit of a cat and mouse game of Anastasia trying her best to reach Rel, but unfortunately not being able to, while Rel kited her literally around the arena. After defeating Anastasia, she was carried off by the handlers to go and tend to her wounds, and a few more rounds of the Proving passed before before Amalia found herself in the arena up against a strange demon that they had summoned straight from quote unquote the depths of hell just for this fight. Opened with a pretty nasty hit, and then as the fight went on, Amalia did get the upper hand before she realized she really did have the upper hand and summoned a chair to beat him to death with. That sometimes you just gotta use a little interior decorating in your life.
Yeah.
After the Proving, you all went about your day. Rel, I believe you ended the night studying not studying, but talking with Luca.
Yes.
Did anyone else want to do anything before that night's over?
Oh no. The panda talk is on.
Oh no, yeah, you might have to turn that off again. I'm sorry.
I didn't. But I also talked. So.
I'm on a new computer, so that might be why.
Oh, those fucking settings are stored locally. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's fine. I got it.
That is so stupid.
good.
Okay. It also panned for me, but it's because I cleared my cache a couple days ago.
Well, that's locally then.
Yep. All right. Is there anything else anyone is doing before the night's over?
I'm gonna go get drunk at a bar with the skeletons.
Okay. Yeah, the way Radarans do bars and pubs is really weird. They have these like wide open areas. They're not like buildings necessarily, because you're all in a mountain anyways. But they have these like wide open areas where there'll be like several bottles of various spirits placed in the center of a big circle where everyone is in this big circle. And like imagine a campfire, but instead of fire in the center, it's literally just booze. And you just you take a swig whenever you want something. There's not really any cups, so to speak. Sometimes somebody will bring their own drinking vessel, whether it be a bowl or a cup. But yeah, you go and find one of these areas. You do find what's his name, the dwarf. Let me go and find his name real quick. Oh no, named NPCs, here we go. Definitely not Uli. Historian Explorers Guild. What is his name? Calamir, that's his name. You do find Calamir at one of these locations as well. And Alexander, what is your passive perception?
Calamir is one of the group, right?
Calamir is one of Anastasia's group. Yeah.
My passive perception is 10.
10. Okay, gotcha. Good to know. Yeah. So you do find Calamir sitting at this area, and as you kind of approach, he gives you just a kind of a brisk nod. He's acknowledging your presence, but he's not one for lengthy conversation. You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
So you sit down, begin to kind of partake in these spirits and everything, and Kalamir does eventually kind of pipe up.
So what's the story with you and the mage?
I came across them in a cave. I murdered a wolf. We became friends.
Oh, I see. So you've not known each other very long then?
Long enough to know that we share interests, and they don't mind my particular brand of magic.
Well, I'm assuming your brand means necromancy.
I kind of wave at the general direction of the skeletons as a
They're probably pretty far back.
confirmation.
Gotcha.
You know, the Historian Explorers Guild is always looking for talent. I'm not trying to poach you or anything, but I think you could do a lot better.
I don't feel that any guild would truly be accepting of my path.
If you ever change your mind, just let us know then. Ion is open-minded.
I'll keep that in mind.
Alexander, there is a moment where the hair on the back of your neck stands up, and you hear a voice from next to you.
She takes all in. Everyone. It doesn't really matter what your origin is or what kind of path you may be walking.
And you turn.
By the
and you
way,
see
we're
Silk
still
sitting
connected
right next to you.
telepathically, by the way.
Okay. You see Silk sitting right next to you. I mean, you didn't hear him, see him, or anything. He just fucking came out of the fucking shadows.
Is this before or after?
It's right after you responded.
I mean, is this before or after Rel's encounter with him, or was Rel's was before?
Yeah,
proving?
Rel's was the night before.
Okay. You really are quite good at this sneaking thing. You know that?
It is the only thing that I am good at, I assure you. I'm employed specifically for my talents of disappearing and appearing when it is necessary. Your friends, they fought pretty well. That was very impressive.
The chair was thoroughly entertaining, and
Kalamir just is now laughing, and there's a couple of other people that are kind of they're not part of the conversation, but they're paying attention to y'all, and a couple of them do bust out laughing, and one of them is just kind of the demon's face when she hit it with the chair.
and at this point, the skeletons are just going to erupt in their
Clacking?
rowdy crowd that they were doing in the middle of it from the corner.
Just all the skeletons laughing. Clickety clack! I roll to attack. The group that you're in here is a pretty fun bunch, really. And Kalamir, as the night goes on and you begin having various conversations with him, seems like a okay guy. He comes from a life of poverty and wretchedness from up north, came down, joined the Explorers Guild, and has kind of faithfully served them ever since. They gave him a home. They took him in when no one else would. And he's, you can tell just from talking to him, he is exceptionally loyal to Hyun. You see the way he talks about her, he almost speaks with a reverence in some ways. Silk, kind of counterhandedly, not so much. Silk seems to be weary of saying anything positive or negative, or taking a hard stance on anything at all. He avoids any kind of hard questions or conversation, and as the night goes on, you feel like maybe you actually know less about Silk than when the night started. But nonetheless, it's a fun group to be around, and you find yourself thoroughly deep in your cups within, quite a while. I imagine Alexander would probably be a little weary around Silk, would he, or no?
Oh, absolutely. I would be wary around anyone that was from the group that
Gotcha.
ambushed us outside the tower.
Gotcha. So, would you actually get like properly smashed, or would you just have a couple of drinks?
You know what? I think that comes down to a judgment roll. It depends how drunk I was by the time Silk showed up.
You had just started. You probably were like no more than the equivalent of 2 shots in.
Okay. I would say I probably still got plenty drunk because I have a little bit of faith in my skeletons to not let me get murdered.
Yep, I got you. Having a night, and by the end of the night, you can also Calamir is thoroughly trash. He is. By the time you have gotten up and attempted to head back to the group, Calamir is now like straight up just passed out. There's this little rock kind of off to the side that's basically a boulder, and he's just leaned up against that, passed out on the ground. Silk disappeared not even 2 hours into the night or so, and you have not seen him since. All right. Anyone else? Okay. As the night comes to a close, you each find yourself finally finding some semblance of sleep after a long and exciting night. Uh-huh.
I don't remember what I was going to talk to Luca about, yeah.
I think you said it was just you want to talk about like the lore of the world and the lore of her people.
I thought that was the night before.
Was that the night before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting 2 things mixed up here then.
It might be about Hyon, maybe? Or...
You did say you wanted to talk... Oh, the lore of the world was the night before. You wanted to talk to her about something different tonight. I forgot now.
Fuck. Hang on, maybe it's in my notes.
Yeah, you should definitely write that stuff down.
I feel like the talking in quotes might have actually been a part of it, not just as a meme.
Talking.
Possibly.
Maybe? I don't know.
I remember you talking to her about Hyan. Like,
I did, yeah.
Yeah, she did during the, I think, storage room? Telepathically?
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where is...
And essentially just warn them, be careful, these people might not be the best idea to have here.
Nope. Oh. Okay. Okay, I do know something I do want to talk to her about.
Okay. What is it you're asking her?
Is it in... Okay. Well, first off, I'm not followed, am I?
Make a perception check.
Do I have spells left to cast? Haha, I do. I didn't spend any second level spell slots. Let's go. I'm going to cast the invisibility.
Okay, you can cast the invisibility. Roll a perception check.
E. Oh, wait. No.
Rel already caught Silk once.
Change that to detect thoughts.
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I know.
I already what?
You
already caught Silk the night before.
Yeah.
So, you cast Detect Thoughts as you're heading back down to Lucas' chamber. So far, nothing. There's no...
And I will give you
don't
that
detect
perception
any
check.
creatures within the radius.
And there's my perception check.
Okay. Looking around, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. In fact, it's just a quiet night.
Yeah.
Everyone is off, probably drinking and having fun, as this is in the middle of a festival.
Nah. You is on high alert.
Enter into her chamber, or knock on the door rather, and she bids you enter. And you see her currently. She seems to be toying with this little puzzle box that she's got in her hands. And as you come in, she looks up from it. She seems like exasperated, and then just sets it down for a minute. She goes, oh. Well, if it isn't Rel, come in. Let's talk. What do you need?
Sorry, I'm not intruding, am I?
No, not at all. I have a this thing, and she picks it up and shows it to you. I can't solve it. I was able to do it once, but I feel like every time I get close, there's another piece that just slips out of place.
Can I offer a hand?
You think you can?
God damn it, Ark.
Do I want to know?
I'm pretty sure you had seen that before you said it.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
I'll share it over here.
Yeah, so, I she said yeah, right? Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Do I need to make a check for that?
To solve the puzzle box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make an intelligence check.
Can I guidance myself?
Sure.
Okay. Cool. Bim bam wazzle.
Oh no.
That was a 14.
A 14. This is a pretty fucking hard puzzle. Consists of a bunch of separate, smaller blocks, which are actually pyramid-shaped, all combined together into a square. And in the center of the square, you can tell there's like a bunch of knotted rope holding them together. And the goal is to get each side. It's like a Rubik's Cube in some ways. The goal is to get each side to be a single image, like 6 sliding puzzles in one.
Oh, this is like a pyramid, but hollow on the inside.
I don't know what a pyramid is.
I think Rubik's Cube, but a pyramid.
Kind of. It's actually still a square shape, so it's closer to a Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
But the individual pieces are made out of little tiny pyramids, and they're like proper 5-sided pyramids. They're not like rhombus's or whatever.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. All right.
Yeah. So they all have a flat face, and then they all have the actual triangle portion of it. But it's a difficult puzzle, and you sit there and mess with it. You're not sure that you can solve this in one night. This is a tricky one.
I'll put that flex to the side then. Well, this. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I can see why you're having trouble with that.
I managed to solve it once.
But the reason I'm here is I wanted to ask you a question.
Certainly.
What element was I looking for? Was it acid or poison?
It was acid if you're talking about the egg.
Yes. Okay.
Or, I'm sorry, was it acid? Shit, fuck.
It was poison.
It is poison, that's right. It's poison.
Okay. I don't remember if I've asked her this before. I don't think I have, so I'm going to ask now. Do you happen to know where... Well, actually, I guess I should say, are you familiar with the... What was that frost wolf called?
I almost said Freynier. It's not a Freynier. It's a
Fenrir, I think.
No, it's not Fenrir.
No, that's the Final Fantasy Dungeon Wells.
Shush.
So I have its heart still in my inventory.
I think you fed it to the egg.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, with the lich.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think I have that anymore, unfortunately. Monsters. Miscellaneous. Yeah, I no longer have the stat block for it. Started with an F. And that's all I remember, actually.
Okay, well, that creature.
Right, yeah.
Are you, familiar with its affinity for cold? Do you know much about it? Hmm.
It sounds terrifying.
Well, I'm looking for something similar to it, but poison or venomous in nature.
Like something with very strong venom?
Yes.
I will roll another check for her.
Can I guidance her?
Sure.
Cool, I do that.
What?
Wow.
That feels bad.
That's impressively low.
What?
Is that minimum?
That is a minimum roll. Well, no, it could go one lower.
Oh.
'Cause
Okay.
She rolled a 2 on the guidance.
Okay.
That's a natural 1 with a 2 on the guidance.
Okay.
I'm not, unfortunately, not very familiar with it. Some of the more mythical creatures. There was of course, the Hydra that you fought. But it's not so much poison as it is, terrifying face-melting acid. What you could do, there is a hunter. He's one of the well-respected hunter elders. His name is Bronto. You could go and speak to him and see if maybe he knows something.
Okay. Out of character, you said there's a celebration going on right now? Like everybody's celebrating?
Yes, because it's the proving. It's like they do this twice a year basically, and it's this huge like week-long festival. Like think like Mardi Gras on steroids.
Ah, okay. If you don't mind my asking, why are you here and not celebrating?
I frankly am exhausted. I have only so much energy to go throughout the day, and I spend a lot of it organizing and overlooking. And it was Varro. It was Varro. Thank you, Ark. I spend a lot of it organizing and trying to make sure everything's run smoothly. And frankly, I am too exhausted. So I just wanted to sit here and do my puzzle and kind of do something that makes my brain, stop being a brain for a little while.
So I asked this question earlier, and I think this might be relevant currently.
Sure.
How does my ass being drunk on a mental link affect everyone else?
It's like fucking drunk texting.
Probably, yeah.
With telepathy.
Mm-hmm. So
So
it's not gonna get everyone else drunk, but everyone can hear you drunk thinking. And since you're probably not used to having that telepathy link and controlling your surface thoughts, drunk you is probably just kind of letting loose whatever thoughts.
it was more curious if it was similar to the Wheel of Time thing when Lon gets drunk and it has an effect on her name, who I can't remember.
Oh no.
No,
Okay.
That was where my brain was going with this of like, is he slightly intoxicated? Like, is he getting a contact drunk
there
as
is
a mental link?
there is a spell that does that. It's called Tether Essence, and it basically links your souls, and whatever happens to one of you happens to the other. So if you get drunk, the other person's drunk.
That was as a note, Arc, that was actually like the bond between Aes Sedai and Warder was actually what I based the connection that Lily and Oz had off of.
I mean, yeah, it was just one of those things of it's like, the fact that my character is drinking, and that's very not normal for my character, I'm just kind of going with the whole party thing.
How much does Arc weigh? Sorry, Alexander.
Let me find it. I had a description somewhere. Apparently, I did not put a weight in.
Ah, that's okay. That's okay. How old is he? Roughly?
Late 20s to late 30s.
Late 20s, late 30s. Okay. About how tall is he, give or take?
5'11".
Okay, so he's probably somewhere in the anywhere from 160 to 200 range, somewhere in there.
probably on the lighter side because no strength.
That's fair. Not very bulky. So probably down near that 160 side.
Yeah, most likely.
Probably would not have taken very much to hit him absolutely fucking sloshed. The drink that they serve here is not for the faint of heart, nor the light of stomach. Perfect, yeah. Works great. Alright.
Yeah. Well, are you opposed to company?
No, by all means, sit. We can chat and talk. That would be more than welcome, honestly. It's a lot better than going and sitting in a circle and drinking until I puke and pass out.
Ral nods. Alright. Sounds fun.
Yeah. So, about this puzzle, do you have anything else to ask her?
Nope.
Okay. Make another intelligence check, and I want you to roll 2 guidance rolls for me.
Okay. Boom.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh, not one!
Oh no. Rel is having that brain fart.
This is very fitting. It's supposed to be really difficult, so... Oh my god, okay. She rolled... That's a 16 for her, which does not solve the puzzle. By the end of the night, the puzzle is thoroughly out of place. Every bit of progress that you think you guys had made actually was in the puzzle, and you have found yourselves completely baffled by this stupid fucking puzzle. Rel, this is probably one of the hardest puzzles to solve you've ever seen in your life. But you spend the night talking with her, chatting again. I want you to roll me a charisma check.
Any particular role?
I would say persuasion.
Hi.
Would work fine for this.
Okay, I have proficiency in this.
Oof,
22. Right. There's my good roll.
That is a good roll. Yeah, so over the night you're just talking, and eventually she brings out just a tiny little thing of alcohol in these 2 little cups that are probably no bigger than like a shot glass, and just pours a drink for herself and offers you one. Would you like a drink? It's not very strong.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you take it, you sip it. It is way stronger than what she just let on. This is ridiculously strong. She just takes it, sits there, and sips it like nothing's wrong. It tastes really, almost vilely bitter. But once it's out of the mouth, there's this like really sweet aftertaste that comes behind it. Kind of like baking chocolate a little bit. Except it's spicy, which is weird. But just having a little drink, trying to solve this puzzle throughout the night, you pick up on it a little bit. She seems to relax quite a bit. She looked really stressed and almost to the degree of being like upset whenever you had originally gone in there and started talking. And she relaxes quite a bit throughout the night, and you guys just kind of spend the night trying to solve this stupid fucking puzzle. Do you go back to y'all's room?
Does she kick me out?
She does not.
I mean, Rel's stubborn as a bull. Like, if she's not kicking me out, she would probably be there till she passed out trying to fucking solve this goddamn puzzle box.
There is wisdom in alcohol. Just saying.
Sometimes. Alright, so. You're still muted, love.
Am I?
You've been muted this whole time.
We got the gist of what she said.
Yeah. Woof, right over the head.
Get through this. So.
Must have accidentally muted. My bad.
Spend the night. You're fine. Spend the night attempting to solve this puzzle, and as the hours grow into the early morning, unable to stay awake, you have now passed out, kind of like propped up. You're not propped up, you're sitting down with your back to the wall and have the puzzle in your hands. Luca is sitting next to you and has already fallen asleep. She fell asleep 30 minutes ago, and you're still trying to solve this thing. And eyes get sleepy.
and you're out. You, what are you doing at the end of the night?
Me?
Yeah.
Staying on high alert.
Staying on high alert? Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okay. With advantage. Because Shadow is on alert as well.
Yep.
23.
23. Need to check something real quick. I think that is nearly a max roll there. Where is his sheet at? I always miss it. Oh god, he has such a fucking stupid ass bonus to that. Alright, yeah. Being careful and quiet and staying on high alert, you don't notice when it happens, but at some point you are just kind of looking out and Shadow is staying on high alert, and you're watching her for a second, kind of look away and blink, and before you realize it, there is a letter. As you like lay your hand back down on the ground to lean yourself backwards, your hand gets placed on a letter. You pick it up. It's just a folded envelope.
You just stares at it,
You open it.
I guess.
It's up to you.
Sure.
Okay. Open it up. It's written in common in a very hastily scrawled message. It says, "You're in dire danger. We must talk soon." Signed, Silk.
You connects to Amalia, 'cause she's up. Silk just contacted us, and she hands the letter to Amalia.
Yeah, Amalia, would you be in the same room as... Because I imagine you is in the actual room. Or would you be out kind of like partying and having a good time?
I'd probably be with you, messing
Okay.
around with like spells and stuff like that.
Gotcha. If that was the case, I also need you to roll a perception check.
Okay. That checks out.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. You actually forget Yu's there for a second while you're concentrating on something. Look up and kind of like jump a little bit when you see her. You're like, oh god, that's right. She's there.
Look, just because I don't have to sleep at night doesn't mean I actually pay attention.
My passive stealth is 21, so that probably really scared the crap out of you.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, she hands you the letter. You see the same message written on it.
I'd say through the telepathy, do you think it has something to do with Anastasia?
If I had to guess, yes. That's the only danger that we have that's on our tail, and I do not trust that they're here for good means. I think Hayan may know that we have it.
Why would he be telling us this? I thought he came with her.
Hey,
We would have shared the lack of loyalty through my drunken escapades. So you would know that I picked up on a lack of loyalty with Silk.
Ah, okay.
if he's wishy-washy, then he might have other motives.
You don't think he got scared of the chair, do you?
That would be funny if he did. I think everybody's afraid of the chair.
Now, okay, is our mental link like a group chat, or is it
Well,
like individuals messaging each other in a circle?
That's a good question, actually.
Because would my semi-awake, I mean, I'm a half elf. I don't really have to sleep.
This would be early in the morning. This is very early in the morning. It's just before dawn right now.
telepathic bond lasts an hour. But I have telepathy, so I can communicate with Amalia that way.
Gotcha. Yeah, telepathic bond would have long been expired now.
Okay.
Long
Right,
been
so
expired.
Don't I have... I don't remember which... I have this gem on, don't I? Yeah, I also have telepathy out to 30 feet, so this is convenient.
Yeah. I can also get you to respond, because it's the old telepathic that I have.
So,
Oh.
sorry. On the note of a group chat, it says psychically linking each creature to all the others for the duration.
Yeah, so I think everyone, while it's linked, everyone can hear everyone else. Is what I'm gathering out of that.
So it's a group chat for shitposting. Got it.
Yeah, it's literally a fucking group chat.
So, a drunk necromancer in the group chat would be a problem. Is where this is going.
New brain, who dis?
New brain uses the good ones.
Alex messages the group chat at 3 a.m. Guys, what if I tried to resurrect a squirrel?
New brain, who dis?
Do
How did you
think-
get this synapse?
Do you think one of us should try and get into contact with Silk?
We could try, but it could also be a trap. I'm more suitable to get in
That's
contact with
why.
them.
That's why we send one of the people that has invisibility and telepathy.
That's me.
Also fair, yeah. You even if I make myself invisible, you hide better than I do.
And I have it at will as well. Ah.
I will trust you with that one if you feel safe doing that then. I will let everyone know as soon as possible.
Can try. Keep Shadow. Come on, Shadow. Wake up. I'm sorry to wake you up from your sleep, but I'm gonna probably need you to escape. I say this through my bond tour.
Okay. The little dragon wakes up like a cat, does the cat stretch where they like arch their back in like ways that are completely and totally against the laws of nature.
Do you have a I think Amalia can do sending, can't she? Or no, that's Zhao.
I can't do that yet.
Do we wake Zhao to tell him to send a sending?
That would be faster.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to find Zhao.
How does
I'll look at
You
it
know-
at Arc.
I mean, it's not. It was just one of those things that I noticed it while scrolling through them. Would Zhao? His nickname is Drugs for a reason. Would that give you a place to start in camp?
Alexander
know.
did see Zhao living it up, and by living it up, Zhao had an entire bottle of the whiskey that they're drinking here in his hand, and this stuff is like 120 proof.
That's like drinking paint thinner.
It is. I don't know if you've ever had Everclear, but it's the same shit.
I don't drink that much.
Yeah, don't drink Everclear. If anyone ever offers you something with Everclear, just don't. Just tell them, why would you offer that to me? That is turpentine.
for at-will telepathy, do I have to see the person, or can I just think of the person I'm trying to communicate telepathically to?
Basically, the wording goes as if it says a creature you can see in the text, you have to be able to see them. If it does not say a creature you can see, if it just says a creature of your choice, then you don't have to be able to see them.
All this says is, oh shit, it disappeared. The user is immune to having their mind read and can restrict who can communicate with them telepathically. The user gains telepathy out to 30 feet.
Okay. Telepathy out to 30 feet means specifically that you can communicate telepathically with anyone that's in 30 feet of you. You do not have to be able to see them. You just have to be aware of their presence.
theoretically, I can just walk around trying to telepathically speak to Zhao.
You can attempt. There's no like feedback or anything that shows if it goes through or not, but you can make an attempt.
So if he's high as a kite and passed out in the corner, she would never know it.
Basically. It's like playing Marco Polo, except you never actually say Marco.
Yeah. Okay, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would probably go to places that I think Zhao would be in, like. Oh no, if it's the morning of, right?
Give me a ping this way. Yeah, you're. I would call this like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast invisibility and like go with her, stealth with her.
I'd look in if he has his own room. I don't remember.
No,
We
no.
agreed to stay in one room.
Yeah, you're all
And,
sharing.
and
a
he's
room.
he's not in the room.
No. You want
Alright.
drinking?
That would be hilarious. Just like, Zhao, where are you? Turn around like 5 hours later and he's right there.
I'm fucking going to throw you.
Okay. I need you to roll me a. In this case, just roll me a d20. $11. Okay. You would spend the better part of probably 2 hours looking for Jean. It is a very large area, and there are a lot of people in this general living space. And it takes you quite a while before you finally get a response. You've actually passed this particular area 5 or 6 times, but never received a response until now. And you finally hear Zhao.
Is that are you calling me? Who?
Zhao, are you still drinking?
Not drink. I don't drink.
Right. As nobody.
Get me to him. Maybe we got something that can cure him.
Where are you, Zhao?
Mm.
Can I see him yet?
Make
Like
a
the coughing is in character.
What, sorry?
Make a perception check. You have no idea. There's like 50 people sleeping in this general little area. You're like in a big ass room, and people are just passed out all over the place.
I can't find the Dragonborn.
I will note you do have advantage because he's like probably the only Dragonborn directly here.
That's sad.
There's not a lot of Dragonborn in the Radiant tribe. They're very rare here.
I guess I'll help look.
Okay, roll a perception check. 17. I'll take that. It takes the two of you.
That's what damage.
15 minutes to try and find Zhao. You finally find him. He is laying in a pool of drool, with his face just kind of on the stone floor, fully passed out. He's currently in like his normal set of clothing, and doesn't go around with his armor on, and he is gone. However, as you approach it,
You know, there's something special about this place.
and he's out of it.
you
Jesus
takes a
Christ.
glob of restorative ointment and shoves it straight into his mouth and makes him swallow it.
Have to. Well, you can put it directly under his nose as well.
Yeah.
Kind of smear it under his nose like a what are those sticks you break to wake somebody up? I forgot what they're called.
Incense?
No, they're
Oh,
like
no.
really stinky. They're like
Smelling
painfully-
salts?
Yeah, the smelling salts. Kind of like smelling salts. If you put the restorative ointment directly under his nostrils, and he breathes it in for a minute before his eyes slowly start to flutter open. He goes,
Holy shit.
he looks at the bottle of whiskey in his hand, and you see it's almost completely empty. And he just kind of lets go of it. You can tell he's been holding it all night 'cause his fingers, he's like in pain as he lets go of it. He's like, ah. Moves around for a second before getting up.
I'm not sure what happened or how I got here. All I remember is that you offered me a bottle of stuff. Oh, hello friends. What time is it? Am I late for something? I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm kind of a little confused.
You is still invisible.
We came looking for you to get into contact with the other two faster. But if you're not feeling up to it...
I mean, I can send them a message.
You got a letter from Silk saying that we are in danger.
You're not saying this out loud, right?
No, I'm saying this through,
Okay.
through telepathy.
You see him perk up pretty much right away. Let me roll oh, it's good enough. Yeah, you see him just kind of perk up. Traces a few quick sigils in the air. He's gonna cast a
And,
restoration on himself.
You does go with her telepathy to him and say, whatever you do, do not mention the threat in the sending.
Right. Okay. So what? I'm sending one to Alexander and one to Rel.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Let's. He sends you, Alexander. You are probably passed out at this point. The message comes to you almost like a dream at first. At first it's like you're talking to somebody in a dream, and they're saying what Zhao is saying to you, and you realize like halfway through their sentence, like, oh wait, hold on, this isn't a dream anymore. I'm actually awake right now, and then finally consciousness comes back to you fully. Zhao informs you that there has been a problem, and that we need to gather.
Who?
Rel, you received the same message.
Oh.
There's been a bit of an issue, and I think we all should get together and talk about it quietly amongst ourselves.
Scale of 1 to 10, how bad would my hangover be?
Roll a Constitution check, or Constitution save.
Mild. Kind of groggy, lethargic, a little fatigued. Very mild headache.
Okay. Not, throbbing. I will murder anyone who makes the slightest whisper of a noise.
Correct.
Okay.
Have we gotten a long rest at this point?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we have? Okay.
I would say a long rest has been had.
Suppose I should also do this.
Zhao will need to mark off 2 third level spell slots as
So,
well.
question.
Yes.
Since okay, so this is gonna matter a little bit. Where is Luca sleeping right now?
She is still propped up against the wall. She's got her knees up to her chest, kind of, and she is leaned over on this, basically like a chest of drawers, and she is just leaned against that and snoring.
Yeah, Rel replies back, can't this wait like a couple more hours?
Yeah, Zhao says, Rel wants to wait a couple hours.
Good. She's having more fun than the bard.
Well, the bard never really has any fun.
You switches to Amalia. Darling, if they weren't here, I'd probably be partying like hell right now. But I'm kind of on high alert, and I do not trust that they're here.
I'm just picturing you in the modern world. She's just like a fucking club girl. She just hops a bunch of different clubs over and over. One of them closes down. She's like, I know one that's open till 3. Let's go.
Are you working tomorrow?
Yeah.
So why were you writing it?
Yeah, I'm working tomorrow. Alright. Oh yeah, so Rel just wants to know if this can wait a couple hours.
I mean, we can use that time to get in touch with,
So?
yeah.
We can. Yeah.
Alright. Should I arrange a meeting then?
Let's go to where Alexander is. Do we know where he is?
Depends. Alexander, would you have responded?
I would have responded to it. They come to me and given Zhao some very basic landmarks to find me.
I'm in the big room with a tapestry on the side of the wall.
With the
Question.
misarranged skeleton in the corner. Because my drunk ass absolutely would have reorganized 2 of the skeletons into, one has 4 feet, one has 4 hands.
Question.
Yes.
Telekinesis.
Is a fun spell.
Yeah, it says you can exert fine control on objects with telekinetic grip, such as manipulating a simple tool, opening a door or a container, stowing or retrieving an item. So, if I wanted to pick up a sleeping person without, causing too much jostling, that'd be pretty easy, right?
That would be very difficult. Gravity is a thing, and the further you are away from the ground, the weirder stuff starts to feel.
So,
really
it says you can move a huge or smaller creature.
Right, so you can pick her up, but if you want to make her not wake up, that would be very difficult. You can pick her up easily, no problem. Fine control
Can I-
means sorry, what was that?
Is Mage Hand concentration?
Is what's called?
Mage?
Hand.
I don't think so. Is it?
No, I don't think so.
Hey, use Mage Hand for stabilization.
I don't have mage hand.
Yeah, Mage Hand is not concentration.
I don't have mage hand.
Also would require
Oh.
2 actions.
Oh, wait, yes I do. Never mind, here it is.
I think you and, me and you have. I just confused myself. Oh,
You
Rel
and you.
and you have Mage Hand because you has it.
Yeah,
Since you
I-
are you can say Rel and I.
Yeah. Yeah,
My
Rel.
brain hurts. I'm not even drunk and this makes me...
I love my name.
I don't.
Hate it. Okay, so would that be a check then?
It would, and that would require a spellcasting ability check.
Cool.
Yes.
Fuck it. I'm doing it.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and pick her up and. Well, actually, do I know where her bed is?
Are you not in it?
No. She has a sleeping room attached to her office. There's a little hallway you go through, and then her actual sleeping quarters is back there.
Oh, that's a long walk. All right. I'm gonna fucking try it.
Good luck.
I was not concentrating on Call Lightning.
You were the last fight.
You are now.
All right.
Going to sleep.
You cast Call Lightning on her.
No.
Wake up!
It's time to get up, bitch.
All right, listen. Can I argue Arcana?
No.
Okay. That's a 5.
Oh God.
We argue advantage for good intentions.
No.
No.
No. No, it's actually pretty fitting, honestly.
Okay. So, you do attempt to move her without any jostling. However, what you are not really thinking about when you do this is, as you're like pulling her across the room, basically, towards you. Not across the room, but just a couple of feet towards you. One of her feet hits the desk, and she starts going into like a mild spin for a second. And instead of floating upright in the air, she is now sideways, heading towards upside down. And she wakes up and goes, "What the?"
She's not drunk enough for this.
Physically stop her spinning and go like, I am sorry, I was trying to move you to your bed.
And she's floating in the air, like 3 feet off the ground. Staring at the ground, she looks up at you and she goes, "Not exactly what I would have imagined, but
What?
certainly an interesting methods."
I have noodle arms. Like I need to. I've never like had to gently pick someone up before telepathically. So I.
Okay, wait. Can you make me touch the ceiling? Can you you can do this? You can just make somebody float?
Yes.
I want to touch the ceiling.
I lift her up to the ceiling.
She touches the ceiling. She goes, "Holy fuck! Okay, all right. I'm still tired. I'm going to bed. Let me down."
Okay. I put her down.
You let her down, and she goes, "That was very sweet, though. Thank you. I'm afraid that I am going to be quite exhausted for another couple hours, and there's more festivities today, so I am going to continue to get some rest. But I want you to know, I had a great night, and you're welcome to come by anytime that I'm here."
Me too, and I will. Oh, that would have been smart.
Yeah.
that really would have been.
I realized that, but I was like, please tell me you'll think about this, please.
Nope. That's actually like on brand for Rel too. Like,
That's what I had in my head when you said it.
what the fuck is like empathetic connection?
You're learning it.
I know.
I'm going to pick this person up using my mind powers and fling them across the room.
I will definitely stop by in the future. Yes.
Alright. She goes to the door and kind of halfway closes it, and "I'll see you later." And looks back at you and then closes the door, and that's that.
Fuck.
Adorable. She was like, ooh, this is not something I thought was gonna happen.
All right. Well, there were my plans. Fuck. I guess I go try and find them then.
Yeah, that's a better one.
Okay, so it doesn't take you too long to find your friends and hook up with the group here. There is, at this point, you all would have found Alexander as well, and you all see Rel coming towards you as you're like getting Alexander up. And Alexander, I imagine you're probably fixing the riders.
Odon is fine. It's the other two that are, because Odon's the one with tendons, so he's harder to
True.
fuck with.
Yeah. You have to like really sit there and try to take him apart.
Yeah.
Weird sentence.
It depends how urgent the others are feeling.
That's up to y'all.
What did I get woken up for?
You taps her head and then points to the other side. Well, actually, she just says it with her telepathic bond. Could you do a telepathic bond with everybody, please?
Oh, yeah. Rel sits down and ritual casts telepathic bond.
Okay. They're sitting in the middle of the room, and there's a lot of really drunk, passed out people, and one person just rips a gigantic fart like 5 feet from you. It just goes,
That's nice.
like, concentration check.
Wait, you want me to make a concentration check? Oh,
You're in
okay.
the middle of casting a ritual.
That's fair. Okay.
I
All
just
right.
can I just press the
It's called-
digitation it away?
No, it's the act itself.
Are we able to identify where it came from?
Absolutely not.
Let me check something.
I'm gonna chill touch the fattest guy in the room and assume it's him
Wow.
because I am hungover and grouchy.
That might kill him. Just
Ah.
Alexander would be aware that his spells are very high level and that commoners have like 4 health.
Yeah, I mean that less as a attempting to kill them, more as a I'm gonna put an ice cube in his forehead.
I got you.
It's just chill touches the
In his forehead.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It
Let
doesn't
me.
do cold damage, but that's okay.
It's cold based.
I hate its name. It really should be changed.
It should let you do necrotic or cold.
It's such a it's called Chill Touch. Number 1, it's not a touch spell. It's a fucking bolt spell.
Yeah.
I'm
Number
fucking
2,
flavor that thing is
not-
cold.
It's not cold damage. It's necrotic. So it's called Chill Touch, and it's the opposite of both of those.
It should be called Death Touch.
It should be called
Death Bolt. There we go.
There
Death
you go,
Bolt.
Death Bolt. All right, 19. Yeah, you succeeded. All right. 10 minutes later, and you have the telepathic bond up for the entire group.
I repeat my question telepathically. What was so important that I needed to be awoken?
Silk came into the room last night, and slipped me a letter. He said that we're all in great danger, and he wants to meet.
No shit, we're in great danger.
I mean, guess who?
Hyatt wants to fucking murder us.
Very clearly.
I feel like what this is I'm wondering if maybe he's having like second thoughts, or if it's a trap. I think it's a trap.
It's either second thoughts or he's an ally of someone we know.
Second thoughts are for one night stands. It's just flat out regret.
That there's.
So, if I had to guess, because I found him that night and I found him using detect thoughts, he strikes me as a rather honorable person and who works with less than unsavory means. I almost understand it to a degree.
We
But
cannot
I
exactly
wonder-
judge based off of means.
Yeah, I wonder if he's not happy with orders being given, or the order specifically given, looking, well, through his judge of character. If that makes sense.
It does seem that way with how he acted at the tower. I could set up a meeting and go myself. That way, we don't arouse suspicion if their group is watching us as well.
I mean, with both of your abilities to be stealthy, he could meet us in a place where the rest of us are just hanging out having a drink. Not that that sounds good right now. And the two of you could meet secretly in a corner. That way you have us as backup.
I'm pretty sure you could meet in the center of the room and no one would see either of you.
Probably.
I want to subtle spell cast detect thoughts.
Okay. Subtle spellcast detect thoughts. No creature around you that you can detect.
Oh, I can't pick him out?
Who, Silk?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
There's lots of creatures around you, but, you know, not Silk.
Ah,
Oh, I was born in the dark.
I am the dark.
I have an idea.
Those are either really good or really bad, depending on the perspective.
Well, okay, so I grew up on the streets, right? And we had this sort of code that we would use when we wanted to avoid, for instance, like guards and give information without alerting the authorities that it was any more than just gibberish or pictures. He strikes me as the kind of person who would understand that.
I wonder if Zhao even knows what Thieves' Cant is.
You does.
Also, great explanation of Thieves' Cant. Good in-character roleplay. Top tier.
Oh, you're speaking about that. Ugh, I always hated using that.
Well, I mean,
Where is Zhao's sheet? Oh, companions. Derp.
helps with surviving when you're on the street with nobody to look out for you.
He has no idea what Thieves' Cant is. Yeah, I mean, some tapping, or surely all of you sneaky types have your own made-up language or something. I don't know.
Some indistinct shimmying that signifies something or other.
Some kind of fancy handwork or gang signs. Yeah, you like throw something.
I'm gonna be in the same boat as Zhao on this one because I grew up in the fucking wilderness.
It's more symbols to strange phrases.
I'm not even sure what a street is for the most part. Like, I grew up in the cold, dark fucking north. Their waves ain't shit.
Is Alexander more like a shaman than a mage then? Like, is he like a necromantic shaman kind of guy?
I think I wouldn't
Pathfinder
say
has
shaman
those and they're
necessary.
awesome.
I would think more of like I mean, I guess technically that could be the case, but it's like, think self-taught magic that magic managed to find the really efficient way to go about it.
I see. He's basically a warlock without being a warlock.
Yeah.
More or less.
He's a warlock that owes it to fucking no one.
Yeah, I got you. I like that. Okay.
That would be nice.
Oh, hold on. I need to roll a d4 for the subtle spell.
No. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a 3. Okay. All right. So, question.
Mm-hmm.
Minor illusion states that if you create an image of an... Oh, okay. Illusion... Okay. Could I create, using minor illusion, a series of images to in Thieves' Cant
Ooh.
tell him to get within 30 feet if he's here.
Okay.
Fuck, I forgot his name already. Slint?
Silk.
Silk, damn it.
At least they started with an S, right?
Yeah. You could, minor illusion would definitely let you do that, and given that you know Thieves' Cant, you would absolutely know how to do that. There's a large kind of... There's not like specific symbols that would tell you this. There are Thieves' Cant is kind of like a language of concepts and how like various words play off of each other, and images might play off of each other to understand the meaning behind those. It's a language of reading between the lines. And so,
Do you want me to help?
Do I need to make a check for this?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
You know Thieves' Cant, you know Minor Illusion, you can use those together all you want to.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I was
Then,
offering to help if you wanted me to do an illusion, because I know my illusion.
no. I am going to physically talk during this, though. Like, in a sort of hushed tone. And, like, talk about this sort of, like, new trick that I, discovered.
I got you.
And start
trying
giving,
to
like...
So you trying to keep this on the down low then?
Yeah.
Just make a deception check for me.
You,
All right, I'm great at
you
these.
learned a trick.
That's a 21.
21. Yeah, you're pretty confident. No one has anyone. No one's even really paying too much attention to you. Most of the people around you are severely hungover or
Pass out.
barely conscious or not conscious at all. And those that are awake are just now like waking up and just like. The ability to read lips is not a language. No, that is simply a thing you can do.
Okay.
There's a side component of perception.
Okay.
That's what observant does.
Yeah, observant just lets you read lips as long as you can see them. If you want to try to do
And know the
how to do
language.
it, you can do that with with perception checks. But yeah,
I gotcha. Okay. Irrelevant. It was just a thought I had earlier
yeah,
when it came to my hungover headache.
you're fine. You spend some time making these symbols and images and linking them together in different ways, but there's not any kind of response.
How long would this take to like convey?
Second, very quick message.
Okay. So then I would still have detect thoughts active.
Yeah, because it lasts for like 10 minutes, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, then it would definitely still be active. You have like, I'd say like 7 minutes on it.
Okay. So he hasn't moved in?
No, you're not sensing him at all.
Okay.
You're not sure if he's even nearby or watching or anything right now.
Okay. I have an idea.
Who wants to play bait?
I can do.
Telepathically. Ja, would you be willing to send a sending to him?
That was the plan.
I could do that, yeah.
Well, he has to verbally speak it, so we're gonna need to
Are you
relay.
Thieves can't?
Yeah, we're about to translate a message into Thieves' Camp for him to use a sending to. Yeah.
Ah, I love that.
Show's not even gonna know what he's saying.
No.
He's gonna have no clue.
Now, it'll be important if he does verbally say something. You need to tell us exactly what he said.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah.
Well,
Good memory on my brain.
perhaps we tell him not to reply, because replying could put him in danger if he is indeed willing to help us.
Then let's pick a place that would be secure, that wouldn't be too obvious.
We could go on a boat.
No, if we leave, it might cause issues.
We could just leave it, ask him to leave us an unmistakable symbol in a specific place.
Well, if we can get him to watch us and have him give us a sign of some kind, I can include him in on the telepathic bond.
Could easily tell him to come to the room.
Well, it probably needs to be someplace public.
Public where not a lot of people are actually paying attention.
Sounds like a great time to revisit the bar.
What about during the proving? There's more matches later today, isn't there?
There.
Act like we're watching it.
Not a bad plan.
True, not a bad plan.
Or since people will be leaving, people won't be there during the proving. We could
meet somewhere during it, away from it. I don't.
Well, we want to draw as little attention to him as possible, so it needs to seem natural.
Yes, and considering that Hayan is probably watching us every now and then, and we can't predict when, we need to be careful.
Yeah, he'll need to be... I think telepathic bond is the best bet, but we just need a sign from him, and I can include him in on it.
Let us sit in the same place we were before, and if he can, I'll stand invisible next to the statue and wait for the symbol.
Do we need a distraction? Give Hyon something better to look at than you all just sitting on the... Are Amalia and I gonna go for round 2 in the proving? That's what I'm getting at here.
If you want me to give her something to look at, I got something she can look at.
Oh.
That sounds like a bad idea.
She already knows I have it.
Well, she doesn't need evidence.
Okay, so I can just summon a fake one?
You and I could just go full bore against something and create a big-ass ruckus in the middle of the arena.
What?
I would advise doing a match instead of
That's what I meant.
Okay.
Was that if there's any kind of duos competition, since I really have little stealth skills and serve better as a flashy distraction.
Well, I'm gonna need 10 minutes to include him, so...
Oh, I can get you 10 minutes.
I might not be able to get you 10 minutes.
You fucking kill everything too quickly for that.
I beat a demon to death with a chair. I can't get you 10 minutes.
Oh. Wait. Hold up.
No.
Okay. So, I never thought this would actually be a question I would ask. Okay.
Hold on. Let me Google it. Can you subtle spell illusions?
So, subtle spell says when you cast a spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to cast it without somatic or verbal components.
I had the same thought as you just now. I was like, goddamn seconds.
Can you subtle spell a ritual?
Use subtle spell rituals. Raw, you can. As long as the ritual requires no material components, which I do not believe
that telebond does.
Let's see.
Bond does, because you can't subtle spell anything with material components.
So, it requires pieces of eggshell from 2 different kinds of creatures. But
you would need a sleight of hand check to hide the fact that you're using a focus. Just like you do with your scrolls.
Okay. Question.
Answer.
What would that look like?
What do you mean?
If I weren't trying to hide the fact that I'm using a spellcasting focus.
So
would it just...
Generally speaking, whenever you would because you know telepathic bond from ritual casting, right?
Yeah.
So the way you would have to do this, generally speaking, is actually open up your book and refer to formulas, etc., about telepathic bond. Now, people can have their books flavored however they want to. Ultimately, it can be like tattoos and stuff. From what I've understood so far, yours is actually a physical book.
Yeah.
So you would have to actually have your book and be reading.
This sounds like you, totally.
So,
and if you don't subtle spell it, there's also a verbal component.
Yeah, and the circle and whatnot.
Yeah, that makes it very obvious that is you're casting a spell.
But so just reading. So it would just look like, to anybody not super aware, it would just look like reading.
To an extent, yes. Just a casual observer, you're reading. Somebody that's focused on you, they could definitely tell you're casting a spell.
But the focus doesn't glow at all, right?
Correct. There's no visible components from it other than you have the materials in your hand, in which this case it's your arcane focus and your spellbook.
Do you have a crystal you can thumb or something as you're reading?
No, I really just wanted this to like not bring a ton of attention from the crowd. Like, I've never tried to hide the fact before that we communicate telepathically.
I don't think the crowd's going to be watching you. They're going to be focused on whatever the fuck's going on down in the arena.
Right, but I just want to create as little commotion as possible.
So, pick a spot in the back, perhaps?
I could do
Yeah.
a minor illusion and cover your hand or the item.
Ah,
Well, if you have
It's not
one of
concentration.
us- If you
What were
have
you
one
saying?
of us, doesn't really matter who's sitting next to you while you're doing it, then they'll just assume you're reconnecting each other. Right?
Well, I would need everybody there to reconnect all of us.
So then instead of Alexander and I doing a fight, unless you're hell set on that one, we could just all be grouped up in the stands and feign surprise and reconnect the bond?
Have you seen these three? They are great at being rowdy cheerleaders.
hold on, clacks.
Why don't we all stick together as a group, go about our business, and tell him to give us a sign when he wants us to do it, rather than setting all these moving parts up. That way it's more natural. We won't expect it.
What's the sign? Like, should we tell him what the sign is, or do we let him decide?
I mean, I feel like he could probably
Tell
get
him
a
to
sign
s-
across really easily.
Tell him to steal a skeleton's finger.
Oddly specific.
We only have a few skeletons.
I was just staring at you, like, with the, like, Dragonborn don't have eyebrows, really, but they do have brow muscles. He is just staring at you with one brow raised, like, pardon?
I mean, it's the skeleton's confusion would very obviously signal to the rest of us that the signal has happened, and the skeleton losing a finger, I feel like, is not that abnormal of a thing.
I'll go with your plan, man.
Sure. Yeah, if
Fine.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
If he managed to swap onto our side, he's about to switch back, I swear. He's gonna think we're idiots.
I mean,
But we'll be at the proving, or?
we should definitely be wary of him if he switches to our side, because he could be looking to double cross as well. Just a thought.
Loyalty is not exactly his strong suit in any fashion.
Most rogues are not.
I'd say whenever he's comfortable with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just telling him we would love to meet and steal a finger? Steal a skeleton's finger? Not one of ours?
Steal a finger.
And open yourself up when you do so to
Mental probing, got it.
well, telepathic communication.
Telepathic communication. Alright.
And let us translate that into
Thieves can't?
street speak for you.
Thieves. Okay.
That would be very difficult to put in thieves can't. I don't want to think about it.
Alright, so. Here. What exactly is Zhao telling him? It says.
Would like to meet. Give us a sign, i.e., steal a skeleton's finger, and then open yourself up to telepathic communication.
Alright, so after a minute of thinking... oh, that's not a very good generator. I was trying to find a decent thieves' can generator, and that one's garbage. Hold on, let me see here. That is also not thieves' can. Whoever made that is an idiot. These thieves' can generators suck. I'm gonna have to make my own one day. Maybe that's the next program.
I would love that.
Yeah, so it takes you a little while to translate that into thieves' can, but you get the message across. I'm not going to attempt to come up with something right now because I would not do justice to the beauty that is thieves' can. Not off the top of my head, anyways. Zhao goes, "Oh, you replied." He said, understood.
Oh,
So I guess
didn't
we
expect him to reply.
Go about our day.
Okay.
I am going to call a 15-minute break here.
Huzzah! I
Okay.
need one.
Yeah.
And during this
Oh, good
Okay.
point. Right.
Okay, I'm good.
Alright.
So how's everybody's night?
I don't remember it past the point which the mental link wore off.
I stayed in a room with Amalia all night, watching her do stuff.
I got really drunk and some random girl asked me about my sexual organs.
You.
No, hold on.
Sounds like me.
Ralph, like, puts a hand on Zhao's shoulder.
I had to double check it wasn't.
How did that go?
I not well. I just said you don't want to know, and then that was that.
And to be fair, that sounds like it could be a good time until you start adding specifics.
I give a mean scale massage.
No,
So, like, is it because you're designed for a cloaca?
we're not talking about this one today. So, anyways, how was your night, Rao?
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna get back to the biology aspect.
Absolutely.
As the closest thing to a biologist in this group,
I spent it with Luca.
Oh,
Not doing what you think.
I'm gonna get before you add that. I'm gonna be giving you the eyebrows.
We're trying to solve a puzzle box.
A puzzle box. That's
Yeah,
not
it's like
one
a-
way to get to her.
I'm not actually thinking this is innuendo. I think they actually spent the whole night solving a.
I don't doubt
We did.
that.
No, I think you're absolutely right on this, but it's still great fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I can share, like... Yeah, we determined I could share memories. I sent, like, a picture of, like, the puzzle box. Or a memory of it, I guess. Over the bond. See, puzzle box. Ding.
Puzzles are fascinating, but playing make a human crab out of the skeletons was fun.
hope you didn't animate it. That might scare the people.
I mean, I used these two. And I point to the two that, are still looking a little disheveled.
Weird flex, but okay.
Well, as
You
long
haven't
as they're
seen Weird
cool with
Flex
it.
yet.
I don't think I want to.
No, the weirdest flex was the Frost Giant. That
What are we
didn't
doing
actually
today?
smash things. I say we go watch people fucking murder each other.
Doesn't it start on a little bit later in the day? DM.
The proving?
Yes.
Yeah, it would be like a couple hours from now.
Well, get hangover cures.
I'm not going to be entering any matches.
What would hair of the dog be referred to in Aram?
Lots of restoration.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I meant like taking another
Sorry.
drink to get rid of the hangover.
I mean, yeah, that's hair of the dog that bit you. It's a common phrase.
So it's lesser restoration.
For the sake of simplicity, a lot of old idioms would stay the same.
That's fair.
Especially like hair of the dog that bit you. I could absolutely see that one. That's from like old fables and wives' tales and stuff about werewolves. Hair of the dog that bit you is the cure for a werewolf.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Like old folklore.
does Ro
They
have,
learned.
Can people read your thoughts, Ro?
Yes, they can.
There you go.
Right? Let me double check. I'm fairly certain they can. I don't think I have an Aether Stone for that. Yeah, I only have a Spellweaver Aether Stone.
Okay, well, there you go. I gave it to you. Nobody can read your thoughts.
Huzzah.
It's off for 8 hours.
I like the idea that with Thought Shield on, I can create this like group chat and then just exit it and come back at any point.
To be fair, all of us can do that because I think we all have some form of thought field.
You have fucking
Except Zhao.
What is it called? You have like
Zhao's stuck with our shit posting.
You have Discord administrative privileges over the chat.
Zhao's the only member.
Yeah, Zhao is the only actual normal member. It's just all of y'all with like.
I'll just get a short rest and give it to him whenever I get it another spell slot.
That's fucking funny.
Technically use another first level spot. It's okay. No wait, that's the second level spell. Never mind.
Alright.
Poor Zhao.
What do you
He's too high for there to be anything in there to read anyway.
No, he's been out of drugs for a while.
He has been.
We need to get this man some drugs.
You know what?
Fucking carries
That's what
us.
I'm going to propose that we do until the proving starts to see if we can find any Redaran drugs for Zhao.
Sure.
You do.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I can use my wealth of newfound knowledge. Would I know of any?
You would know probably of a few. Luca has probably told you of a few. There are various. We'll call them recreational activities. Listen, sometimes people just want to fucking smoke a joint, you know. So
Yeah.
So you would definitely know of where to get stuff like that. Zhao, however, as you're all kind of like perusing some of the markets, which have opened at this point, Zhao is just like,
I think I'm good. I think we should just not get in right
Oh, are you getting sober?
No, I just think it's a good time to not be doing drugs.
If I can drink with these barbarians, you can get high with them.
Barbarians, that's rude.
What if I keep it Zen? Shao. And once this is all over, if you still want it, well.
You can get yourself whatever you want. Just don't get me anything.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
What kind of drug?
Can I insight check him?
Yeah.
That's a 9.
You have no idea what the fuck's going on.
I don't
Alright,
really
well-
care, so I'm not going to bother insight checking him.
Rel's gonna be super out of character. Well, I guess for anybody other than Zhao, it would be super out of character. She stops and she looks at Zhao. Telepathically, are you all right?
I'm not feeling real great.
You cocks her head and inside checks.
I'm feeling pretty bad. Insight check. With a 20. The only thing you're really getting out of him right now is that he seems very reluctant to even think about doing any kind of drugs.
Question: how does telegnetic bond interact with my telekinesis? Oh my god!
Telepathy.
Yeah, telepathy. Sorry.
Telepathy. Okay, so it doesn't really interact. You can use either one.
Okay, I'm gonna use mine and be like, why are you reluctant?
I just don't want to do any drugs right now. I don't think that. Listen, you guys pressured me not to do drugs, and now you're pressuring me to do drugs. I feel like I'm getting.
Excuse the fuck out of you. I didn't give two shits what your vices were.
This is private to you.
Oh, that's fair.
True.
I forgot that this was not in the group chat that Zhao can't leave.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, there's the group chat, but you also has the ability to send private DMs.
Yeah, and he can respond with private DMs.
Private demons.
You know, it's very in character that you can slide into people's DMs.
It is honestly.
I hate it.
No, if you legit don't want to, we won't. It's just, I want to know the reasoning why.
No. I don't feel like it right now. Let's just go. I don't know why we're just. What are we doing? We have a proving to go to.
Well, I mean, we've got. Oh, right. In a minute.
Alright.
Try to be terrible friends and find our good friend drugs.
Friends let friends do drugs.
I mean,
Question.
Yeah.
Is there any large, oversized skulls in the market?
Human skulls?
No. Just any kind of skull, like...
Any kind of skull.
Yeah.
There are definitely very large reptile skulls. They use reptile and bird skulls for decoration in a lot of places. So there's definitely some like larger reptile skulls out and about.
How much do they weigh? Some of the... Not the biggest size, but like one step down.
You can easily find like some that weigh anywhere from 1 to 2 pounds. The
I'm gonna
largest-
pick one up.
Probably
Or-
like 4 or 5.
I'm gonna pick up one of the bigger ones, the ones that weigh 4 or 5 pounds.
Okay.
And I'm gonna buy it,
Okay.
assuming I have any money.
You definitely have some money, I'm sure.
Not that my inventory says.
That sounds good.
My inventory says I'm broke as fuck.
I'll spot it. I've got 67,000 silver.
yeah, you haven't been around us long enough to split loot yet.
I don't know that we've had any loot to split.
I can tell you if we've got loot to split. 1 second.
Oh yeah, we kind of came back and like immediately it was thrown into like.
Yeah.
Yep, it was mainly
Intrigue.
books that we picked up, and a few ingredients, which Rel has.
Yeah, you don't have any. You should have had some though. You don't have any silver in your inventory. Because we were keeping it as like an item on most sheets, but it's not on there.
acid. You can go ahead and add, like, I would say, what? You and look at what other people have, just to get an idea of how fucking loaded everyone is.
Yeah, we loaded. You don't look at my sheet, you look at... Oh yeah, you look at my sheet, never mind.
Okay, that's a lot of money. Y'all are rich. Holy fuck. Y'all could retire.
You very much could.
Yeah, you can just add, like, 12,000 silver to Alexander's sheet for now.
10,000. Okay.
Yeah, 12,000.
Oh, 12.
Yep.
I missed the 2 in that.
So, yeah. Why don't you feel good?
I'm just not feeling great.
Do you want a hug?
Oh.
Okay, back.
Alright, you back?
Yeah.
Perfect. Alright, so, where were we?
I was buying
Oh,
stuff.
I asked Zhao if he wanted a hug.
Oh, no hug, it's alright. All I really want right now is, for us to continue forward with the current objective here. Hello?
No, we're here. I'm.
Oh, okay.
Rel, like,
my brain just kicked into overdrive.
Rel froze her brows. All right. Like in a sort of like confused, concerned look,
I got you.
which looks really awkward on her face because she doesn't normally make said face.
Not to be the most suspicious person in the party or anything, but do Dragonborn / clerics have anything that make them immune to being charmed?
It depends on the cleric. Some clerics do, others don't. For life clerics, they don't have anything that makes them immune to charm naturally. And currently Zhao does not.
Okay. Because I'm feeling a little suspicious that Zhao is feeling real out of sorts.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like Zhao to me. And
Oh, it definitely doesn't seem like Zhao. It's very
therefore, you know, I just don't know how to make that kind of an inquiry.
I got you, yeah.
I'm gonna subtle spell cast detect thoughts.
Okay.
Um,
On Zhao?
yeah.
Surface thoughts. Right now he's got a little bit of not a little bit, he's got a lot of grief on his mind.
Oh, I understand. Okay. Rel gives him a hug.
He takes a hug. It's alright.
Nope, you're getting the hug anyway.
Alright. But I really do want to know what the fuck is going on with Silk.
Yeah, me too.
I'm fucking lost.
So, Alexander would not know anything about this because he wouldn't have been here when the discussion took place. Zhao lost his wife a long time ago in combat.
Okay. Okay.
The woman from last night.
Oh.
Yeah, he hallucinated. I think.
What?
No, just
He's just not over it yet.
No.
just doesn't want to do drugs.
I'm still gonna be suspicious because I know nothing about that.
Yep.
In how well stocked are these markets as far as like
I mean, it's a
wide ranging trade?
You're in the equivalent of like a city state. There's there's not millions of people here, but there's quite a few people that live here, and
Oh, way to ping that.
they're pretty well stocked.
Would I be able to find a moonstone fragment?
A moonstone fragment.
Sad face.
Is that a spell component by chance?
You could say that. It's a component in a list of things you gave me when I rejoined What Lies Below.
Gotcha. You can make I would say go ahead and make a shit, that's difficult. I just need a d20 roll from
Game, could you not be freaking out here?
Probably not.
What the? It's not letting me roll anything off the like dice side menu.
What? Huh.
How do I do the slash commands for it?
Mine doesn't work either. It's /R space 1d20.
I think it's everybody's that it doesn't work with.
Yeah, the module must be broken. Like every fucking module. Alright, 2. Okay. You don't have any luck on finding a moonstone fragment in the markets. You have a pretty good idea of what you're looking for, as you've seen drawings and know what they look like and what they feel like, but you can't seem to find one.
Okay.
This would probably take you a good part of the day as well, looking for one.
Alrighty.
Anyone else doing anything?
Probably just waiting for the proving.
I got you.
Yeah.
As the day ticks on and the late morning grows closer, the people start to filter into the Coliseum, preparing for the proving, as it's in like 20 minutes now is when it starts. So people have now begun, not just now, but for the last hour, people have begun filtering into the stadium, excited for the next round of the proving. The proving itself, the combat rounds are always 2 days long. And so this is the final day of the actual proving itself, and then the festival goes on for another couple days. But people seem really abuzz and excited with one of the matches today, an old champion up against a new contender, and they are ecstatic to see what this new contender has to offer. Everyone filters in. You all go into the stadium as well?
Yeah, I would think so.
This is important.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me if you're sitting towards the front, the center, or the back in terms of seating.
Oh no.
Where were we sitting the day before?
You would have been sitting towards like the kind of center-ish. I had y'all like right here.
I think we agreed towards the back, right?
This is where
Similar to where we were, but in the back.
Yeah, it's like right here.
Somewhere up here? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you like standing behind the group, invisible, staying stealthy.
Okay. As you filter into the Coliseum and take your seats, you begin waiting. You see that there's already like some little there's like little miniature like matches between like amateurs, and at one point there's 2 kids that get in there and have a wrestling match, like a duel to the death, quote unquote. But it's until one of them just says, "Ow, my arm."
Ow, my arm.
Yeah, the crowd like cheers them on too as well, and there's these tiny little kind of appetizer events, so to say. As these are going on, you all find your seats, and it's maybe 10 minutes you've been sitting here before Rel, you feel a tap on your shoulder, and you look around and there's no one there, and you hear a voice and it just says, "Now would be a good time. I wasn't about to try and take a skeleton's finger. I feel like that's rude."
Would I have heard that voice?
You would have.
I tell you to tell him telepathically. Tell him I'm going to include him in this telepathic bond.
Alright. And you does.
He agrees.
All right, cool. Then I spend like 10 minutes subtle spell casting. Telepathic bond. So 1d4. Hey!
Yay! You get your point back.
OP.
If it hits.
Anyway.
Most of the time it doesn't hit for you, sadly.
That's
25% chance.
25% chance to recover a sorcery point.
5% of the time, it's a 25% chance.
5% of the time, it works 25% of the time. So,
yeah.
As he enters in, thank you for meeting with me. I need to be brief. As I believe there is an imminent danger to your life, and I can assure you it's not from us. We have picked up intelligence that is regarding takes a little bit of a sigh. A bit of a subset of the pact back home. There may... It's... Trouble has been brewing for a while. We've been keeping track of it, or I have, and Hayon has. The pact is fragile, and there are people that do not. I believe firmly that you are going to be assassinated by people who are much more skilled than I am. I wanted to warn you of this. And furthermore, I have, and he really stops himself. You can see he's struggling. A sneaking suspicion that this information is not entirely accurate.
Not entirely what?
Entirely accurate.
Okay.
I believe the assassins are being sent by Hayan.
Well, you guys kind of came out of the ambush just outside the tower. No offense.
We were told to kill you if it came down to it, but we had a very specific objective that did not include your life.
Why were you going to have to kill us?
You have something that Hayan wants. You know what I'm talking about.
Let's pretend that we don't. Can you spell it out for the dumb ones in the back?
I legitimately have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, that is accurate.
Yeah, the dumb one. See?
We know that you found the dragon egg.
Fuck!
We knew it was down here. It's what we were looking for in the first place.
How did she know I have it?
I'm not sure. As a spy master, I have known none more skilled than Hayan.
Then you should probably know that we're not giving her the egg. I refuse to let her twist a unborn entity into her own vengeful ways.
I don't think she's going to use the dragon itself. I think she just wants the egg. It's such a powerful tool of leverage. Either way, we knew that you were not going to give up the egg whenever we ambushed you, but circumstances prevented us from taking it. And you were well prepared at night.
Yeah. Very well prepared.
I give you this information as a olive branch of sorts, as I do not know what my companions will do should the assassins make themselves known. It's not just that either.
I am scared. Specifically of Zera.
The big one in the armor, that's a, what were they called again, DM?
The Devoted.
The Devoted, yes?
Yes. Mercenary. She is high on the right hand. She has been for a long time.
Just try to keep the fighting away from people that don't deserve it.
The group, and he's now like on full on just fuck it, here we go mode. The group is split at the moment on how to handle you. We know that we could take you in combat. Zara could take you by herself, I'm fairly confident. But when it comes down to it, an open brawl, not a good idea. Especially in a situation like this. Don't think even Zara could take multiple people like this. Furthermore, since attempts to steal the egg have failed, on my behalf, thanks to my fault, Zara believes that perhaps execution is the only way forward, and Callias and myself have spoken out against this. We think that there are perhaps more amenable ways to solve this problem. Calamure is going to follow whatever Zara says to do. He owes his life to Hayan. He will not back down.
How many were in the group at the tower?
What was that?
How many were in the group at the tower?
The size of our group.
Yeah, it's 5 people. It's Anastasia, Zara, Silk, Calamure, and Callias.
The only reason why they didn't attack us was because we had Oz with us.
Yes. And he does kind of hint at that. He goes, the big guy actually scared Zara. I've never seen her frightened.
You didn't see what he did to my skeletons.
That that was amusing to watch, and I still remember it as if it was yesterday.
I consider myself a good judge of character. I have a certain insight when it comes to sizing people up, and I don't think I would have ever engaged that thing that you brought out with you.
To be fair, he wasn't in his right mind.
Woe to any that stand in his way, then. Oh shit, strategy Amalia, here we go.
Is it common knowledge that Oz took a boat and left?
I wouldn't say like common knowledge, but they know that a lot of people know that the automaton stole a boat and fucking dipped out.
Okay.
It wasn't particularly subtle.
Yeah, he was not subtle. He didn't kill anybody, but he hurt a bunch of people.
Typical
That's fair.
Oz.
I hate.
Take any fingers?
No. Somebody's missing a tooth, though.
Yeah, because they tried to stop him and bam, right into him. Like, whoops, did I do that?
Sorry.
So.
These assassins are part of Hayan's more discreet squad. Hayan likes to openly operate and be brazen, but she does this to cover up her quiet operations. Hayan is a shadow master. She is a master of puppetry. Don't underestimate her.
Yeah, and she shouldn't underestimate us. We've outplayed you a few times.
And that's good. It shows that you're smart, but dead people can think.
I beg to differ.
I would prefer none of this draws in these innocent people, because we're still doing our missionary work here. Putting them in danger will immediately get a very violent response to me.
My personal opinion is that you should abandon this place. Slip out. Leave as fast as you can.
We're stuck in a tower. We can't flee.
In the mountain? We can go down to the docks right now.
I want an insight check.
Go ahead.
from
Okay.
everything you can gather, listening closely, he's telling the truth.
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Why are you telling us this?
Because I need an out. I cannot just leave Hayon's service. She is not the very forgiving type, but at the same time, I need some protection should I leave the service, and that is what I would ask of you for this information.
Eventually, we're gonna end up having to fight. Regardless.
Yes, but you are strong allies. I can tell you some of Zara's weaknesses. I fought with her. She is a monster on the battlefield, but she's not immortal by any stretch of the imagination.
What is her preferred method of combat?
She fights using anti-magic and brawling. She's fast, too. Way faster than she looks. She can get on top of you before you really realize it, and by that time you're already dead. Spells have lesser effects on her. She can't nullify spells, but you will have a hard time binding her, for instance.
Interesting.
I don't know how she does this. She's also completely and utterly immune to mental magics of any kind. You can't read her thoughts. You can't charm her. You can't terrify her with visions of demons or anything like that.
Okay.
Right now, the group is probably up in the bleachers somewhere on the other side of this arena, watching. However, Zara is preparing. She's going to be in the fights today.
How well could they see us?
Well, I told them I was watching you, so they're probably not paying much attention to you.
Okay.
Or if they suspect you, they're paying twice the attention to us they normally would.
They don't. I'm a good sneak, but I'm a better liar.
As majority of them are. You have to be one hell of a liar to also be a sneak.
You contact me.
Alright, and I do. Yes.
You should tell Zhao to contact Po and tell her that Heian is sending people to assassinate us.
Very well.
Don't have him mention Po by name. Just have him start the message off with the letter he needs to, or whatever the code, and just have him tell her. That way, when it's said out loud, Silk, doesn't know who we're contacting.
Okay. Let me see, do I know this spell? No, I don't. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna contact Xiao telepathically and say we need to contact Po, but don't say who you're contacting. Start with a letter that you need to say for the thing, for the message, and say Heian is sending assassins after us, possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can do that. Alright. He sends the sending. A few moments, see. Dog, I heard you like telepathy. He sends the sending after a few moments. She just responded with a very short okay.
Very well.
Okay.
Oh, there's going to be a upheaval and... Oh, this is going to be bad.
At this point, there's actually one of the first show matches going on down below, and you can see a couple of gladiators squaring off against each other, which just ends up turning into just a one-sided stomp as one team manages to gain a very convincing victory over the other. I should probably go now, but I will say, consider if you're going to leave, I would like to leave with you. I don't think it's wise for me to stay here.
If we fight, will you join us?
If I must.
Before we start thinking about fighting, do you know if Sarah has any kind of special vision?
Zera, I know that illusions don't work on her.
Does that include darkness?
I'm...
It's evocation.
I just know it's illusions. She can see right through them. It's part of her devoted gift. It's not just Sarah I'm worried about either. It's some of the people she's sending they are sneaky and crafty, and you'll be dead before you realize that. They don't kill you with daggers and swords. They kill you with poisons and blow darts and...
The majority of us are kind of immune to poison.
Are you immune to being infected with a fungal spore that will kill you overnight?
Yes.
Actually, yes.
I really am.
Rather convenient, then perhaps maybe you stand chance. But they use powders and poisons and liquids. They don't use knives and swords
Yeah,
and
we're
hammers.
immune to a lot of things, aren't we?
You are immune to everything.
Yeah. Amalia's immune to poison. I've got I got advantage on poisons, and I'm immune to diseases.
This whole campaign has just been y'all amassing various immunities for like 100 sessions.
Fucking worst case scenario, I have Considash. I can just fix the problem.
And you got a cleric that can fix the problem.
Guys, are we level 12 gods?
Essentially.
I'm just here to raise the dead.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we'll just become puppets for a necromancer.
I need to get back to the group now. Consider what I've said. Good luck.
The connection will still be here if you wish to speak.
Oh, that's right. He can't force into himself, can he?
Nope.
I think he can,
Can't he?
right?
I don't know.
Telepathic bond. Scroll up. Scroll up. Scroll up. Scroll up.
I pinged it again.
Oh, thank you. That's much easier. Okay. It doesn't say.
It says 8 willing creatures, so could he just become
Yeah, he's no
unwilling?
longer willing. Yeah. So in that case, the connection would end almost immediately.
That's fair. Yeah, he's
That's ominous.
stuck in a shitty group chat.
He's the type of guy to join a Discord server, say a few things, and then leave. And then he's gonna come back in like 3 weeks and do this.
What do we do about this information, guys? If we can trust it at all.
What if he's lying?
I mean, he did say he was a good liar.
That's what I caught on to. I was
Yeah,
thinking on a minute now.
yeah.
Can I do an insight check?
I need to roll to see if Zhao believes him or not. Hold on. Zhao, thinking he kind of sus, perhaps. Yeah, you can insight check.
18.
18. You can't tell if he's telling the truth or not. Seems truthful on the surface, but it's also convenient.
It's possible. Or he's being sent.
Alexander, for you, it's kind of the same thing. He seems truthful. If he is lying, he is indeed quite good at it.
I'm all for the side of this that we just kill everyone that's not in this group chat.
but everybody is.
No.
On the offhand, he is saying the truth. I don't want to be. I don't want to murder someone that's looking for an out that doesn't want to do what they're being ordered to.
How many coins do we have left?
1 second.
Of the exchange ones?
Let me compute. How many is this? Are you gonna give me a number bag? There's 10 in that pile. And 5 in that pile. So we have a total of 15. So we moved all the ones in Amalia's bag to my bag. Because of the seed.
Where is that it? What's this? Ah. Okay. Where is this? Oh, okay, here it is. Sorry, you said how many?
15.
50?
15!
Oh, okay. Sorry, my ears are bad. Okay.
The English language is bad. Why is it called 15 and then we have 50?
It could have been how I said it and slurred or something. I don't know.
Oh, I give Amalia back a refillable potion.
Yeah, she needs that.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
As a note, I will ask, are Alexander and Amalia actually joining in on show match, or are y'all leaving that alone?
I'm game if you are, but at the same point, after saying that there's assassins after the lot of you, that seems like a potentially bad idea.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. They probably don't care too much about you, Alexander, or even if they know you exist.
I
They know I'm up here, but they don't know why I'm here.
Yeah.
You're just some stray we picked up. If that makes sense.
A very frightening stray to the average person.
I probably wouldn't have
Oh,
noticed.
picked up a stray. Fucking walks a bear into the fucking living room.
It's more like walking a werewolf into the living room.
Bear.
Because I will just turn you all against each other.
Since they do use poison and diseases, anything that we haven't personally checked ourselves or made ourselves, we should not use or eat.
So,
Rel, do you have access to darkness?
yes.
Philip.
You raises her hand. Oh wait, you guys can't see that.
I believe so, right?
He raises her hand.
Yeah, I do, because I'm a tiefling.
Oh, I have silence, not darkness.
Oh.
Good wombo combo.
Okay, question.
Mm-hmm.
This is going back to the whole Zara conversation with the unloyal rogue.
Okay.
Did he say that Zara was unaffected by most magics, or just specific ones?
He said, in a general sense, she seems very resistant to magic in general, and that she's immune to charms.
Okay.
AKA, she has magic resistance, probably an advantage on saving throws, kind of like a pseudo dragon.
Okay. Oh, and my thought was more along the lines of necromantic spells didn't seem to really be mentioned much, so.
Yeah, no.
And there's
he seemed to imply that it's just generally she's very much an anti-mage,
Okay.
and that specifically she's immune to like stuff that would fuck with her mind, so illusions,
Mhm.
charms, etc.
Alright,
She can
okay.
see through illusions.
Darkness isn't an illusion, which is weird. You think it would be.
Correct, that it's not an illusion. You are not creating a picture of something. You are summoning something.
Yep.
Technically speaking, you are forcefully banishing light from an area.
So, what's the lore behind blindness/deafness? Do you decay out their eyes? Because it's technically necromancy.
You cause the idea behind it is that you effectively like cause the nerves in their eyes to stop functioning entirely.
Ugh.
Edgy, but I like it.
Sometimes I'm glad D&D doesn't exist.
That's how,
Like, in the real world.
that's how most necromancy spells work that like weaken an opponent, is like they necromancy is the magic of the physical body, basically.
I have more control over their body than they do.
Sometimes
Decay and life.
I mean, Ray of Weakness is like, oh, congratulations, your muscles can no longer receive electrical signals from your nerves.
That's
So-
frightening, but also fascinating.
I do not want to leave.
I don't want to either.
I would prefer.
I think
Okay, go ahead.
and Relic hesitates and pauses. I don't think it would be a great idea.
If we leave, we're going to get attacked, and if we get attacked in town, innocent people could get hurt. Or people that we take particular interest in.
That is
We
something
make an
we'll have to
impromptu
think
change to
about.
the arena schedule. And just challenge Zara straight up in the middle of the arena.
Can we even do that?
We can't kill her.
I would like to get
Um,
an idea of what she can and can't do before we do that. Personally.
She is fighting.
Question.
Mhm.
Would I know if we can do that?
You can challenge her to a show match, but the matches have been going like you can picture this time as you guys talking out a lot of this stuff, and you can challenge her to a show match, but it's getting late in the schedule, and the time for show matches is rapidly closing. You could challenge her to a show match. She does not have to accept.
If we challenge her to a show match, can we challenge her to a show match to the death?
I don't even
I don't
wanna
think that's
do
how a
that,
show
man.
match works.
Not generally. Usually, the show matches are more for like sport, and then the actual like arena schedule, the actual contenders are matches to the death.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, in the same vein, what if we just challenge her separately? Well, we don't have to be in the arena. What if we say, "Hey, we're tired of your shit. Let's take it outside."
There
I
is.
don't dislike that idea, but I figured the arena was the safest place for the general public for us to murder her.
Yes, we're not allowed to fight within the city perimeters.
That's why I said take it outside. We can leave the city. If she wants to kill us, that'll be her best chance when there's not anyone around. He said so himself. That's if she thinks she can take us.
Because running from this issue will be a very bad idea.
Still skeptical. I don't know that I trust him.
Yeah. I don't think we go along with his plan. I think we come up
game with that. He's lying. Like, what's the benefit of that story?
getting us to walk into a trap.
Getting us to be cast out of the pact. Cutting off our supply. But
These are things that don't concern me.
Well, the problem here is we know that Rel can deal with Anastasia on her own.
Right.
So it's one person we straight up won't have to deal with. or worry about, as long as Rel is okay with focusing on her if we end up in a group fight.
And from what I get from Silk, he's not much of a fighter, more of a sneaker. Plus, he might on our side if he's actually telling the truth. I don't think he is, though.
But that leaves the other rogue warrior. I don't know what the.
Calamure is he's a heavy armor guy.
Gotcha.
Has a big ass fucking hammer. The five of them. There's Anastasia, who you all seen somewhat in combat now. There's Callius, who you all know is a mage.
The one that I drank with.
No, that's Calamure.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Calamure is the dwarf, heavy armor guy.
Okay.
Looks like he's probably like a paladin or
Mm-hmm.
warrior of some kind. Silk the rogue, and then Zara is the devoted, which, judging by what you've heard, maybe a fighter, out of character, maybe a fighter, maybe a paladin, somewhere in there.
I gotcha. A heavier melee frontliner.
Yeah.
I think I still have something.
What do we have in our bag of tricks that like marks a fighter to the fucking?
Well, we
Well, so-
have. Good.
If this is a game of politicking,
Which it could be.
why don't we tell... I mean, I could talk to Luca. We could potentially get them expelled.
But then they'll ambush us whenever we leave. Or they'll sink our boat.
I think that
I think we have enough money to buy a boat.
We do, but you get my point.
How long, realistically, can they stay banished and survive without food?
They could just go back and they can hunt and fish if they know how to.
And we have the ability to find out schedules and the likes. If they do hunt and fish, if they do stay around, they're not guaranteed to find us. And besides, what if we have alternative means of getting out of here that they don't know about?
I hate this.
It's a game of cat and mouse to the death.
I still.
Because I think a fight is what they want. And I think, like you said, they're trying to paint us as the bad guys. And I don't think we play into their hand. I think we maneuver around them and use what we have to our advantage. And we have alliances with many of the people down here. I think we should use that.
I don't dislike the game of politics here.
It's not a bad idea. But my issue is, what if running compounds the problem?
We're not running. Poe is now aware of what Hyon is trying to do. That is an ally, hopefully, within the Triumvirate and main camp. If we use and leverage our other alliances that we have formed while down here, I think we can alienate Hyon almost.
As long as Hyon hasn't got to Poe first.
That is true. Poe might act on the information before we can even do anything.
Well, Poe already knows that everything, basically, that we have. So I think they vastly underestimate how much influence and power we have here.
think so too. Also think they really underestimate what we can do in combat. I feel like you really stressed how powerful Zera was, but I'm pretty sure we could fuck everyone here up. Not to
There's
be
not.
cocky.
I agree with you, Drugs.
Wow.
Is
Luca sitting in the chair?
At this point, she would be, yeah.
Okay, so traditionally, societally speaking, who's allowed to like walk up there?
Anyone can try and approach, but there are guards that basically, Luca has to personally invite you once you get there, essentially.
Oh, so I can go flex. Got it. All right.
You can go up there and then see if she'll invite you. Yeah, sure.
All right. I'll go talk to her.
Would you like an escort just in case?
I can follow behind.
Yeah, I'll take you. No offense, Alexander, but they aren't a fan of the undead.
The undead don't have to come.
Well, right, but by extension,
Yes.
you.
You control
I
them.
haven't used this book in my hand that makes me look undead yet.
Oh,
Probably don't do that.
I mean, to be fair, if there was a show, that was how I was going to buy you 10 minutes in a show match. Was to
I
cause a
guess
mass
that would
panic.
work.
Because
What'll work?
it absolutely would have, and I would have loved to see the way that played out.
that would have been amusing.
You just
That's a bad idea.
stay outside of the guards. Like, don't come in.
I mean, I'll be invisible, so sure.
Okay.
I think the
Then
rest of us should be close, but not like obviously following you in that direction, but close enough that we can react should something bad happen.
I have Eldritch Blast.
I have stab you in the face blast.
I have an army.
I got a rock.
We got Hulk.
I got a
I mean, we don't have our Hulk. Our Hulk ran off.
Yeah, our Hulk ran
Yeah,
off.
he did. Yeah.
Wait.
I- What?
Can Zhao send a message to our Hulk and tell him that we might need him?
Hey, do you want to fight a bitch?
Out of character, he is not interested. I could.
He's a
I
sea
know that
pirate.
right now. In character, sounds like a great idea. Let's do it.
He was looking for a fight earlier.
He was looking for his wife earlier.
Actually, he was
from the
looking
sounds
for
of it, that
a
came with a
shield
fight.
for his wife.
That is true. He did source
That's-
fucking shield first.
So we
That's
can
on
say that
brand.
Zera
I
has his
expected
shield.
it.
So if we told him that Zera has his shield,
That would be funny to watch.
is,
Yo,
that,
hold
is
on.
that the solution to our problem? Is telling him that Zera has the shield?
So
I mean,
think about the consequences of our actions here. First off, if he beats the shit out of Zera, right, and then finds out she doesn't have the shield, we're next.
He's going to beat the shit out of us. And we've already fought him once, and I don't think we can take him.
As someone who was on the receiving end of that sword, I'm good. I'm good.
As much as I would love for him to come and deal with our problem, I don't want to die immediately after, because then the solving the problem is pointless.
Yeah, and I would prefer not to use my blowy coins on him, if possible.
He has a wife and a child, and I guess a shield.
He never said anything about a child, just a wife and a
I think the shield counts as that.
the shield
And I guess a shield.
and a talking sword that wants to kill people.
I thought he did say something about the daughter. Daughter. Quotations.
Could Zhao send a message to the sword and prompt the sword to come kill something for us?
I'm not sure that I can.
I mean, it seemed to have talked.
I never thought of this.
It talks apparently.
if we tell the sword that the shield, or that Sarah has the shield, then the sword tells Oz that Sarah has the shield, right?
Maybe.
Not our fault.
The fucking hiccups and it hurts.
Oh, the worst. I'm so sorry.
It's just I've been laughing too hard.
Aren't you gonna go talk to your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go talk to your girlfriend.
Hold on.
We have a
wait,
Hulk.
You said to a. Are sentient weapons creatures?
They are not. Specifically,
Okay.
they do not count as creatures.
All right, then sentient doesn't work. Okay.
Okay.
I had to check that. I was like, if this works, I'm gonna
Jump down that
Shit.
rabbit hole.
Alt F4. Alt F4.
Anyway, yeah. So, I'll walk up to the guards.
Okay.
Ma'am, there's someone. Yeah, let her through. Let her through. Get in here. It's okay. Come on.
Fucking excuse me?
That's a 32 on stealth.
Okay.
That's not even a max roll.
Nope.
Oh fuck.
Nope, not an max roll.
For T-Scoper.
How do you have a plus 16?
Let's see. I have a cloak that gives me, my charisma
Okay.
modifier. I have expertise in it, and I think
The
that's
cloak
it.
is how you're better than Emanir. That's where this is getting. Where I'm getting at is Emanir is the perfect fucking vanishing act, and you have a bigger plus than he did.
You haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
I was trying to.
You can get a theoretical plus 26 bonus to stealth.
So how can we arrange that so Emanir can get that?
With what's it called? That spell.
Oh.
Pass without a trace.
Pass without trace is part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's. I'm sorry.
That's plus 10.
actually yeah, so it's a plus 27.
Yeah, I was sitting here and I'm like, I have a plus 12 to Arcana. How do you have a 16? What the fuck?
Yeah, she gets
I'm one intelligence away.
What is that from? That's from.
That's from. Let me find it.
Because it
It's not
adds
that
charisma to your stealth rolls, I think.
It does.
That explains everything.
Shroud of the Thief or something like that.
It is Pact of the Shroud.
Yeah, Pact of the Shroud, that's what it is.
Oh yeah, you have Warlock in you, don't you?
Yeah.
He does.
And
That sounded really dirty.
your patron takes an article of clothes while wearing the shroud. You get to add your charisma modifier to your dex stealth.
Yeah.
And once so long as I'm in dim light or darkness, I can use a bonus action to hide, which I already can.
You're a rogue, so.
And I can, once per long rest, have invisibility.
All I'm hearing from this is Amalia needs another pack boon.
Yeah, it's a homebrew thing. So if you want to look at it, I can send it to you.
I'm so sorry, Ark. I hate them too.
I mean, I don't hate them. It's just one of those things. If it's that's got to be incredibly distracting to the rest of you, because I know my mic is lighting up.
I don't care.
It's not. It's not.
As long as it's not ear piercing, I'm fine.
I used to lead 50-man fleets in EVE Online. I don't give a shit anymore.
That's fair. As someone who has also been there and has done the 250-man fleets when fucking Nullsec, it's a pain.
No. Okay.
I mean, there's a reason that I muted fleet chat and made other people relay info to me.
I apologize, Luke, if I'm breaking custom or anything.
Oh, don't worry about it. Come on here. That's fine,
Okay.
Amalia.
I enter.
I stand on the opposite side of the guard.
Okay.
Invisible.
There's going to be the finale soon. It's going to be interesting, but this match should be fun. That's some of your friends, I think, are in this one. And you look down below, and it's just about to start. There's Calamure and I've already forgot his fucking name. Callius, the mage, and the dwarf warrior, are both there, and their opponents are a couple of guardians. I'm sorry, not guardians, gladiators. And as the match begins, it's over fairly quickly. Luca is just watching with interest. She's like,
looking at Callius in particular, Callius is kind of displaying some of his abilities here, and he's very much an evocation wizard. Actually, he seems at first to be an evocation wizard, and then you notice some of the things he's doing, and you watch him cast a spell with no components, and you realize what he is. Callius is a
sorcerer.
Mm-hmm. And just when it starts looking kind of like the tide might turn against Callius and Calamir, Callius reaches out, and this beam of light just shoots from to Calamir, and Calamir gets up off the ground after being just clobbered by these couple of gladiators, and stands back up and is just fully reinvigorated. And
he's a divine soul sorcerer.
He is.
All right.
That's gonna suck if I hit him with my bow.
You see a bit of Calamir's abilities in this as well. Shockingly, you watch. He doesn't appear to be a common fighter. Instead, he's got some kind of magical bent to him. In fact, he seems to be a somewhat accomplished mage. You watch him counterspell at one point. One of the gladiators is a mage. You watch him counterspell at one point. Somebody starts flying, and he pulls them back down to the ground with a spell that you are very familiar with, telekinesis. And then, as the fight is going on, there's one moment where, even after the full heal, it looks like again the gladiators gain the upper hand, and then Calamir slams his hammer down into the ground, disappears completely from the battlefield, and they all just drop. And then he reappears on the other side of all of them.
Well, that's Steel Wind Strike.
That is Steel Wind Strike. Absolutely it is. And he turns around, huffing and puffing, falls to one knee, hammer on the ground.
Is he a war wizard?
Something like that.
Or he's a cleric.
He seems to have a mixture. He's definitely not a cleric.
Could be a bard.
He seems to have a mixture of melee and magic capabilities.
What's the fucking fighter class?
There's Eldritch Knight.
But he casts telekinesis.
And he also casts Steel Wind Strike. Both of those are 5th level spells.
Yeah, which Eldritch Knight doesn't get access to.
Yep. So he has to be a decently high level wizard.
Or bard.
Or bard. So, but you see,
he could be a swords bard.
He could be, or a valor bard. You see Calamir and Callius in action, and they are quite the duo. The crowd loses its mind. The MC comes out and announces that was the final show match of the day, and that the finale of the ladder rankings was about to commence. The old champion, Gladius, and the new contender, Zera, are to face off. You see Zera enter the ring. Gladius. Mm-hmm.
How much time do we have between matches?
A couple of minutes.
Okay.
You're going to ask?
Yeah, I want to ask her something.
Be mindful of people that can read lips.
Oh, fuck.
Sit on the ground in front of her and talk to her facing away from the crowd.
That's gonna be
obvious as hell.
Yeah. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me check something real quick. Nope. The limited availability of sorcerer spells. Fuck. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna ask her. What languages do you speak?
Oh, of course, fluent in Common and Nordiran, and I fancy myself a bit of a speaker, a student of the language of dragons occasionally.
In this context, the language of dragons is primordial.
Yeah.
Not
What is Radiran?
Radiran is a language unique to this region. None of you know Radiran.
Okay.
Although it is, you've heard it spoken, it is eerily reminiscent of Draconic.
Someone who could speak Draconic, in theory, have a rough conversation with someone in Reduran.
Not a rough conversation, but you might be able to kind of get the gist of what somebody's saying. Kind of like how in if you speak English, or better example, if you speak Spanish and you're talking to somebody that speaks Italian, you share like a fundamental root in your language, and you can kind of suss out the meaning of some sentences. You can tell there's similarities there, and sometimes they matter. But in this case, it's not like you can just speak Draconic and have them understand you, and vice versa.
Okay. Oh, hey, I just realized. Any charisma check I make when interacting with dragons, I have expertise in.
Oh, nice.
I forgot I took that feat like super early on, Draconic Heritage.
Long fucking time ago.
Yeah, because fucking Rel's got like blue dragon in her. Right. Anyway, okay. All right. She is going to speak in Draconic.
Don't you know primordial?
I do. Oh wait, Draconic is like the language of kobolds and stuff, right?
Draconic, yeah, it's the language of kobolds and dragonborns. It is a splinter of primordial in the same way that English is a splinter of like Western Germanic.
Okay. I'll speak primordial then.
Okay.
We have been... That's what I'm looking for. We have been given some new and troubling information.
What's wrong?
Do you remember me telling you about...
You crouches down. How far away is she from me? If I'm standing just outside, like behind the guards, essentially.
Who?
Rel.
Not even probably like 10 feet.
Okay, I'm on a minor illusion to cover her lips and mask what she's saying. Crouching down and staying stealthy.
Can you cast a spell and be invisible at the same time?
No.
So you're losing your invisibility?
Yep.
Okay, make another stealth check, please.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
And then I cast my invisibility again once I'm done.
Okay. Do you remember when I told you about Hyun and Anastasia?
I do? Yes. What about them?
They're one of their companions, and I don't want to say our friends. One of their companions, the sneaky one, Silk, gave us information that Hyun is going to try and assassinate us.
She sits back in her chair a little bit, and she doesn't show any major concern at first. And she kind of watches what's going on down below for a little bit, and she says, "And how sure are you that this information is accurate?"
Well, Hyanna's not happy with us, so I 100% believe that she really wants us dead. As to the validity of his exact information, I don't know. If he's lying, he's a damn good liar.
We will need to talk about this somewhere private then. I don't want this to be a public problem. For right now, I recommend that you and your companions, perhaps should stay somewhere safe. After the proving today, she seems like struggling with this. After the proving today, I will seek a private audience with you, and we can talk about this in a more organized manner.
Roll nods.
She sighs. So then, I guess we watch. You see Zara walking out onto the battlefield.
Yeah, Rel, like, I guess, like, there's not a place to sit, is there?
Not really, but she can have the guards fetch a chair.
Oh, fuck. She wouldn't bother her with that. She would stand and watch. But you said it should be good, so.
Okay. You see Gladius walk out. Absolute monster of a man. Looks to be half-orc. Absolutely, easily one of the most, like, physically large individuals you've ever really seen. Probably weighs something 350 pounds of just pure muscle. He's one of those types of guys. 6'7", 6'6", somewhere in there. Two tusks growing out of the underside of his mouth. One of them is chipped in the center that forms like a kind of V shape out of it, where it looks like he's taken like a blade or something to the tusk at that point. Multiple scars just covering his entire body. He's entering the arena basically almost completely without clothes. He's got some like a kilt looking thing on, and that is it. He has a like a large war mace in his hand, except for one side of it is a like a half moon ball, spiky ball. There's a spike at the very top, and then the other side is this like fanned, flanged mace with sharpened blades around the edges. And he has a chain in his other hand, and the crowd is just losing their shit as he walks out and he's being announced. You've all heard people talking about him in small talk and everything. He's unbeatable. He's undefeated. No one's ever bested this guy in the arena. He's kind of like the end of the road for the proving, and he has been for many years. Most people just kind of assume that the proving ends with Gladius, taking home the trophy. Zara walks out onto the field, and for the first time in the entire event, you hear boos. They are booing Zara as she walks out onto the field, and she kind of looks around. She's currently in just half-plate armor. She's got her sword, which is this kind of very wide, like broadsword, but it's rather short as well. It's kind of reminiscent of like a Roman gladius, but a little bit longer. And she has that just kind of slung over her shoulder, and she's just looking around at the crowd. The MC, the referee, announces the two
competitors and let the games conclude. And he waves a flag down and he scurries out of the way. Zara just stands there for a second. She spits on the ground. Probably lands like 15 feet in front of Gladius. She starts saying something. You're really far away, so it's hard to hear, but you can tell she's goading him into attacking. And he doesn't take the bait. He plays it smart, he plays it safe, circles, and waits. And they stay like that for 30 seconds, 40, a minute, just staring each other down. And there's this tension, like the crowd has died down and is all just watching now, like, what the fuck? Neither one of them is moving. And then Gladius just breaks into a full sprint. And this man, 350 pounds, moves across this arena faster than anyone you've ever seen. This guy is like a lightning bolt. Easily clears 90 feet in a single turn. Right up on top of Zara, picks up the mace with one hand, takes the chain, slings it around Zara, catches her around the throat and headbutts her. She falls to the ground, all in the same movement. He comes down with the mace. She rolls out of the way, catches the mace with one arm, and you see her elbow slam into the ground, and you see blood splatter out of her arm from the force of the blow. Like one of her bones just straight up broke in half, basically. She catches the mace, she groans out in pain, just like, fuck! Turns around, scurries out from underneath this guy, acts really sluggish and slow. This is nowhere near what Silk was talking her up to be at all, and as he wrenches his mace back from her, he kicks her in the chest. She goes flying down to the ground, drops her sword, and he rushes her. As he rushes her, she turns around. She's on the ground right now, on her back. As she rushes her, she kind of flips over, stands up to her full height, and this blade appears in her hands right as he gets within melee distance of her, and you watch it just pierce straight through his throat. Casts him to the side. Holds her arm. You watch light come out of her other hand. Heals the arm, broken arm. Flexes it a little bit. Bends over and picks up his mace. Just holds it in the air. The whole crowd is just dead silent right now.
Wow.
Yu's like, did she just kill him?
Seems that way.
I do not think they're supposed to kill.
In the final ladder, you are.
Oh.
Yeah, the ladder rankings are to the death. Show matches are show matches. The crowd's silent for a little while. Then the referee goes, I think we have a winner! And walks up to Zara and holds her hand up in the air with the mace in it. And the crowd slowly starts to just like clap. Just like, what the fuck?
Is it out of place to clap?
No, you can clap. So this is what this is. I'm surprised he was beaten, though. Especially so easily. He's never fallen for a trick like that.
Yeah. Like Rel says that as she starts clapping.
That was very obviously a trap.
That was so sloppy. I've never seen him fight like that. That was pathetic. And she begins clapping just lightly. You can tell she's just being polite.
I think the rest of the crowd is just being polite at this point.
Yeah, the crowd now has started to rile itself back up, and the momentum of mass.
Can I?
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. Do I have this? Do I have a spell scroll for this still?
For what?
That's telekinesis.
That's murder.
That's fireball. Oh, that's the fireball scroll fucking Haruka gave me.
From ages ago.
Yeah, I still haven't used it. That's invisibility. Oh fuck, I don't have one. Can I insight check? like his sort of actions at the end?
Yeah.
You does see a problem with that as well. So can she?
Sure.
That's a 10.
Are you serious?
The 10 as
Oh,
well.
10.
It was strange. Somebody's, so hyped up. He fought really poorly. It wasn't the Zero was impressive. He just fought like shit.
I think maybe something was wrong with his mind.
I feel like Amalia might insight check that too.
Sure.
Just because I've been trying to size up Sarah.
Go for it.
Where is insight? Oh, this is
12? Hard to pin down. You have no idea what happened just now, other than he fought like shit and she killed him. It was a pretty obvious trap. She laid on her back for way too long while he rushed towards her. Just blatantly like, oh, he's gonna get him to run at her and stab him to death. That's the way things go. She was unarmed. She looked unarmed, but in a world of magic, no one's really unarmed.
Especially whenever it's a newcomer.
Yeah, especially whenever it's a newcomer that's hyped herself up a lot. Zara talks shit like crazy.
Should be
Look, I
wary
do-
just in case of mental magic.
Well, I'm thinking about it too. Would I recognize that the thing she did at the end as like the Pact of the Blade stuff?
You would absolutely recognize that as a Pact of the Blade.
Luca,
Yes.
do you have people detecting for magic?
Generally we do. We watch to make sure that there's nothing overtly terrible going on, but in general, there's not really a lot of rules against magic use. You use
Well,
all
I mean-
sorts, right?
Yes, I meant from out in the bleachers, like help.
We do. There are a number of people staged throughout the bleachers that watch for that kind of thing. We like to think we do a good job of it.
Do they watch for like physical casting?
Some of them do. Others have the ability to feel magic being cast.
But do they know what type?
No, we can just feel that it's being cast in the.
I was asking that through
Oh,
Braille
sorry.
because I'm not actually talking aloud.
Are
Right, that's right.
there limitations such as physical barriers preventing?
No.
So they can just feel it.
In a sense, they have an ability that they can use that allows them to feel magic for a time. I don't know how it works. I'm not really a mage.
Well, hypothetically speaking, if they were on the bleachers and somebody was below the bleachers, say in a doorway, would they be able to detect that?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
Do you think that?
Ah,
cheating?
fuck. There's a spell for this. What's it called? Fuck. This is it.
Well, Adel does reduce strength now, so.
He could be. He could have been feeble-minded as well. Maybe.
Given that most of you are powerful mages, he definitely wasn't feeble-minded.
But I'm not sure what other spell.
Son of a bitch. God damn it, there's a spell for this.
So, as
Fuck!
you're cleaning up the arena, the Master of Ceremonies comes out and announces Zara as the winner of the ranked ladder, the new champion. And the crowd, reluctantly at first, but now is kind of like embraced it as she's like being super cocky. She's just like, yeah, you know, I told you I could take him. Blah, 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 blah. Talking all sorts of shit as loud as she can. Takes his mace and she throws it up in the air and catches it a couple times. She goes, "Who wants this?" And the crowd is like, me, me, me. And she takes it and chunks it into the crowd. I'm gonna roll something.
Hopefully not hitting anybody.
Somebody just got a concussion.
Oh.
Do you actually, before I ask this, would the Redoran Society like not cast Speak with Dead?
Roll history.
All right. Okay. 26.
The Redarans have a certain view of death that is a little kind of not necessarily backwards, but also at the same time not. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a little bit reversed from the normal view of death. They kind of embrace it. Speak with Death, even though it's a necromancy spell, they don't like necromancy necessarily, but they don't mind things like Speak with Dead or like, you know, blindness, deafness. They just don't want you raising the dead. Death is a thing to be celebrated, and to take it away is a terrible crime. Is their view?
Okay. I would like to mention one thing to her.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, because I'm curious, there's a spell. I don't know if it would actually have the name, so I'm just going to call it Magic Aura.
Okay. Yeah, it would not have it.
Magic Aura can hide specifically an object, but that might be able to be used. It can hide an object's like magical effects. It could be used to hide, potentially. Out of curiosity, would you be okay with doing/letting us cast Speak with Dead on him?
We're going to have to go and pay respects to him anyways, so if that is what you want to do, we could do that. We would have to wait until after ceremony for him, but yes.
Well, it should give some answers as to why, like, if he just fought sloppily, or if he was under the influence of something.
I wonder, something that's bothering me. Would he have been poisoned?
You cocks her head. Would I recognize poisoning?
I mean, poisoning can look like a lot of things. It could have been magic, it could have been poison.
I mean, it's quite
Could have just been a
possible,
bad day.
though, I think Zhao can detect that, Rel. If he's been poisoned.
He can. Does he have it prepared?
I don't know. It's been a long rest.
Prepare whatever spells you want. Also, I will note, we are going to be wrapping up here soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured.
Well, I don't have it prepared for him right now.
Wait, did you do his list today? For today?
I did not. No.
Yeah, you're free to prepare for whatever you want today.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay, then.
I don't know if you would have taken detect poison, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
I mean, if it doesn't matter, then.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Last time I prepared his spells was when we went to the tower, so I haven't prepared them at all since then.
Yeah, that's fine. Then we can pay a visit. We're going to have to commemorate him.
Doc, poison's possible. I have later.
Okay.
I must go congratulate our new winner. I was hoping she doesn't shut my head off.
Well, that would be very unfortunate.
Right?
Hey, it means we could kill her. You says in the telenext bond.
I would destroy her.
I'm gonna roll an insight check for Zhao as well.
She's an anti-mage. I don't think you would.
Oh, Rel by herself? I don't think so. The group of you, I'm pretty sure you would fucking shit all over Zara.
Yeah, I'm.
As a group, we could handle it, no problem. But Rel 1v1ing that, no offense. You are really good at what you do. The problem is that she's.
No, the problem is she's gonna have to have all the damage of all the exploding coins around her.
That's fair. I didn't think
Drop
about
off
that.
a bomb next to her, just like.
Like, fuck you, bitch, die.
Speaking
Zhao's
of
pretty.
bomb,
All right, Zhao.
Okay, Zhao.
I'm pretty sure she cheated, guys.
What?
I think she cheated.
You don't say.
Zhao was talking to Amalia and
Well, we're all in the bond.
Alexander. Oh, that's true. You're all telepathically bonded. Yeah, Zhao just says through the bond. He goes, I'm pretty sure she cheated.
Yeah, probably poison. Or a magic, or a hiding magic being cast.
I think you. Well, I'm not sure.
Probably poison.
He only got weird and slow and kind of stupid whenever he was closer to her.
Maybe it's an aura she goes off? Maybe?
Like an object she's carrying or something.
Possible.
Does that count as cheating? I don't know.
I don't think so.
She made him stupid.
I think he was already a little stupid.
Probably, but
Well, Lucas said he's a really good fighter.
I mean, if he's holding titles for years in a row, like, he's got to be a really good fighter, and that was some of the sloppiest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, he should have seen that trap coming.
She did give us permission to speak with that on him, so we can do that.
okay.
I also suggest we check him for poison if possible.
I can do that. As Luca leaves the box, goes down and congratulates Zara, presents her with her prize.
Which wasn't it the Hydra head?
You get a trophy, and then also you get a sash embroidered with a bunch of old, like, Radiran iconography and stuff.
Ah, that's pretty.
Zara takes it and puts it around her, and is despite her cocky nature, bows to Luca, is very polite. Even from this distance, you can hear her say, "He fought well. It was a tough one. He actually hurt me a lot. But thankfully, my luck prevailed today."
I forgot to get my tattoos.
You did.
How'd you forget that?
It's been a long time. It's been like 2 months since we played.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you forget that? God.
And as this concludes, Zara, standing in the center of this arena, looks up at all of you.
You was still hiding in the
Well, all of you that are visible.
Yeah.
I'm still in the box.
She can see you from the box.
Yeah, I know.
She looks up at you first, and then she looks over to Amalia and Rel and Alexander. And her face, for a moment, goes from a smile to this scowl. And she smiles again and waves to the crowds and gets right back to the act. And that's where we're going to end the session.
So question, how long would it take to get tattoos?